short stream, like maybe an hour or two. Most likely an hour or two. Maybe even an hour and a half. Alright. Wait, it's you! It's really you! You actually came? Yeah. I mean, never mind. You're with me, yes? Of course you are. Why else did you be here? Wouldn't you know it? One of my hirelings should be returning with new information any moment now. Lord, I am pleased to report that Andrea has recently sighted an Amarang in the vicinity of Samuel's backbone, it would seem. Well done, my friend. Your payment as promised. Here you go. How about going out about pestering small folk for news when you can employ others to do it for you? It's better to devote our precious time to rather more important matters, I say. And owing to my winning strategy, may now depart for Amarang and the delightfully named Samuel's backbone. For in pursuing the spider, we may yet find its maker. And after this role quest, I'll probably go and do more story. I'm not sure how close we are to doing like a trial. More Tsuk. So, at work, I started watching stuff that I did watch before, like the type of genre of stuff I did watch before, but not like to this degree. I started looking up ARG analysis videos. They're pretty cool, actually. Especially some of the more like live video ones. I'll get into a few later. Turning to the place, I gather those bones once belonged to dear Samuel, but I see no troublesome arachnid. It being a rather large desert, I had considered hiring a few trackers to hasten our search, but I have yet to spy a place where such individuals might congregate. Pity. Bah, nothing for it but to roll up our proverbial sleeves and do the dirty work ourselves. We shall split up and search the sands for the sin-eater spider. Whoever finds it first may have the honor of slaying it themselves. And should we not find it, well, after we both search for a suitable length of time, I say you back here, let the hunt begin. But yeah, when did I get on, like, it all started today. I got on this kick today, and I forgot how it began. And I think I know why. I think there's like, we've been watching a lot of Nuke's top 5s, and man, it's a bunch of garbage, but it's good to make fun of it. But from time to time, there's a few of those that are like pretty creative. Like there's one where in a piñata store there's like this demon creature, and there's this one like haunting like video where you see a head with like glowing eyes slowly lift up out of a bunch of piñatas and just stare at the camera. And then the guy later comes in and he just sees it. He explores the piñata store a bit, and then at one point he just turns around and sees it above him, and he just starts darting out. And obviously it's fake as fuck, but damn is it creative. It was just like, yeah, this is fun. I like to watch this. Like creepy stuff, genuinely creepy stuff. I know what kind of spider you seek. There's another one from Nuke's top 5 where this guy thinks he's being haunted, and then he looks in the mirror and he just sees his own body running, his own person running at himself in the mirror. And like, obviously, yeah, fake as fuck, but it's fun. So I think that might have led a video talking about this thing called the Mandela Catalog, going on my feed on my phone. And oh, found it. Pew! Yeah, there are weirder fairy tales, man. We're not doing story just yet. We're doing DPS melee role quests. But yeah, what you and me will be watching tonight, Sarge, is we're going to be watching a video about something called the Mandela Catalog, which is a series of creepy videos that form a kind of ARG. Oh, that's what she looks like. And she is Scourge of Northrend, the Devourer of Souls. Balam quits. We bring this mark down, they'll be singing ballads about us till the end of time. Never mind the king's bounty. Hells, we could buy ourselves a couple of castles apiece. Her and the main guy are fucking? Is that like... Is that confirmed? Or is it confirmed by the English localization? I think I'm gonna rise this gas. Wait for my signal, then we'll strike as one. It's a gigantic coral, by the way. Damn it, she's on to us. Don't panic, we planned for this. We'll act as decoys, will rend a ray, bring her down. Go, go! Wait, not yet, there's no need to rush this. And then they rushed it. You idiots. Sod, it's always so headstrong. Look at me, my head, I can't. Because of her fucking cat ears. Oh, just like that. No, no, come back here. Finish it, you bloody bastard. Finish me! Hey, hey, Specs.
Holy shit, I didn't realize how high I had voice chat set to.
Hey, Specs!
Scared the shit out of me.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. You didn't set my voice thing super high for no reason.
You did.
Nope, that was me.
Or Discord, because Discord has been known to do weird shit like that.
No, it was on my wavelength. It was at 100%.
Yeah. As a dancer storyline.
I finished this up pretty cool. It's very, like,
Looked pretty
comical,
weird.
but it does have a twist at the end.
Oh?
I was not expecting a character who showed up to show up.
Oh.
There is a character who was like, wait, what? And then thought about it and went, oh yeah, I forgot in the story. That character goes to the place where this would make sense. Got it.
Yeah, that's right,
Yep.
Sarge. Ardbert and the Lalafell were fucking. Maybe not fucking, but... The Lalafell did want his loins, apparently, according to the book.
Dude, they're just talking.
The man was into short stacks.
Are you not?
Eh,
She wasn't really stacked, though.
he is short.
Yeah, just short. So she's not a short stack. She's just short.
Very short.
But no, it's like a
Alright,
thing in the book talking about how she desires his loins.
Yeah.
I need to unbind the rest of the touchpad on the things. I'm using the left side of the touchpad for push-to-talk and the controller. I need to unbind the rest of it because it keeps triggering auto-run.
I have that on L1.
Well, yeah, I don't know why the touchpad is triggering it. Maybe it has because the touchpad on DS4 Windows is keyed normally to all the different mouse buttons, and I'm wondering if one of the mouse buttons with movement triggers auto run if you're playing with mouse and keyboard like some kind of monster.
Yeah, on PS5 and PS4, the touchpad just... it's the cursor.
If I was still running it through Steam, it triggers the I have that when I had it set up where that entire thing just processed. It just opened up the Steam Shift tab menu.
I see Sarge is still dying.
Yeah, it's still the thing.
Behold,
I need to
Specs.
catch up because
Behold a man who doesn't even check what his cough is.
I checked.
For two things!
God. Yeah, two important things.
Yeah, there's other important things coughs can be.
It's only the cough though, which is really annoying.
It could be a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
I just looked it up on WebMD. You both have cancer and are dying.
I have cancer.
Yes. Just by
technically,
talking to him because you have you've spoken to him. while he is coughing. The cough is cancer, and he's dying. But now
Then
because
you
you're
also have
talking to
cancer.
him, you also have cancer. It's how it works. It's transmittable now.
I mean, technically,
Look, I don't. I'm not.
all
I don't
have
make this up. I'm
It's the fucking Parasite from
just
Metal Gear
reading.
Solid 5.
I'm just reading what WebMD needs. What you're gonna need to cure this, you're gonna need nanomachines.
The vocal cord
Nanomachines.
parasite. The vocal cord parasites from fucking Metal Gear Solid 5.
Hey, do you guys remember when Kaz opened McDonald's?
He hasn't. I don't think he's played Metal Gear Solid, like at all.
I've played Metal Gear Solid 1, the Twin Snakes. I've played the NES Metal, or not the the Metal Gear that's launched on the Game Boy. I've played that one. I've played Metal Gear 2.
The Game Boy, Sarge.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Peace Walker was PSP.
Yeah, no, the
That's
one on the
right.
Game Boy is literally just called Metal Gear.
Yeah.
But no, I played 5 minutes of Snake Eater and then never touched it again. I own like the collector's edition with that one. I don't own 4 or 5 though, and I don't own Revenge and Engines.
In MGS, you should play Revengeance. In MGS 5, there's a series of voice clips that you can play about how Kaz is making the perfect burger, and he eventually makes his own burger joint.
It's heavily applied to McDonald's.
That man has energy I wish I could get. I want to be on that wavelength.
Axe Body Spray and Doritos were created by Outer Heaven to fund the private army.
I fucking hate that.
That's canon.
I know it's canon.
It's not only canon, it's believable.
Also, Solid Snake fought Rathalos.
Did he win?
Yes.
I don't remember this at all. When did that happen?
Didn't he fight Rathalos? I thought it was like the whole Monster Hunter crossover.
Oh, I thought the Monster Hunter crossover was that Rex and Ray got like flesh bodies.
Maybe. It would have to be Rathalos, though, wouldn't it? That's the.
Metal Gear Wrath.
Hmm.
Shut up, Specs. I'm trying to think of other dumb bullshit from Metal Gear. There's a lot of dumb
The fact
bullshit.
that Otacon is literally named after a fucking anime convention.
Yes, he mentions that.
And spends like a good 5 minutes explaining what that is in Metal Gear 1.
And Solid Snake is just like, yeah, you do that, Otacon.
Yes, dear.
No, the best Metal Gear crossover was when he showed up in Brawl, and double down tapping his taunt would trigger Colonel calling him, and occasionally it would be Meryl or Otacon telling you about who you were fighting.
Oh yeah, that was. I remember me and my friend.
That was an incredible touch. That and the fact that when Rex would break through the wall, he had collision, and would deal damage to you, and he act as dangerous terrain. That was also very cool. That's my favorite part about Shadow Moses as a stage in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you guys know that the Snake's predilection for using cardboard boxes is genetic?
I don't doubt that.
Yeah,
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah, but then
It's
in
genetic
then Metal Gear Solid 4, he uses a shit barrel.
Don't worry about it. No, the boxes were just out of stock at the time.
Because Big Boss in Metal Gear Solid 3 is like, I feel safe in the box. I want to be in the box forever.
And then in Metal Gear Solid 4, he goes to a barrel that someone took a shit in, and he uses that.
Look, sometimes things get desperate. You gotta.
Not like any kind of shit. Like I'm in a foreign country and it fucked with me kind of shit.
This man's just ate like $20 worth of Taco Bell, and all that barrel is filled with is regret.
With a man that has a severe enough upset stomach that he can't accept nanomachines.
No,
Like
no,
I said,
that's not the reason.
Oh.
He hates needles.
Oh, that's
like
right.
I said, this man's just ate $20 worth of Taco Bell, and that barrel is filled with nothing but regret. Regret, pain, and shame.
But yeah, when I was
Also the diarrhea is genetic too.
yeah, when I was at work, I was looking up like ARG stuff.
Yeah.
There's some like pretty crazy ones.
Have you seen the Walden files? Walden
No.
files is pretty fucked.
Let's. Which ones I looked at? I looked at the Gemini Experience Project, I think it's called. What else did I look up?
Malamart.
Oh, that yeah, Omega Mart, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we already saw. I already saw Omega Mart.
You could go to Omega Mart if you really wanted to free.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm like a few hours away from it. A few hours drive. If it's like it's in like Nevada, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's like by the strip.
Yeah, I'd probably go to it. It looks like fun. SpongeBob guy. Yeah, that's one we'll be looking at. I looked at the first half of I Am Sophie, which is about like a rich kid vlogger gone wrong. What else did I look at? Let's look at my history.
Unsexual?
What? What?
We subbed.
Riveting Final Fantasy 14 content.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Hiding in My Home, Eruda. The Bioshock 2 ARG they did?
Oh yeah, there's something under the sea.
Yeah.
You meet that character, you kill him.
And then the one that we'll be starting off with, which isn't... I'm not sure if it's an ARG just yet, but it's called the Mandela Catalog. And I'm sure you've seen the thumbnail that I posted, Sarge.
Yeah, I'm 98% sure that's Weird Al.
That is not Weird Al.
Looks like Weird Al.
That's Jesus.
Oh. Oh, I am correct.
Yes, basically. And no, that's a kind of ARG thing that sinks deep into one of my biggest fears, which is just Uncanny Valley stuff.
Oh, great.
How deep are we talking in Uncanny Valley?
Every time I walk into like my dark hallway, I fear I'll see something like that doesn't look right.
Oh, God. Dude, I live in a house built in the 50s. Everything doesn't look right.
How does zombie movies affect you, Freelance? Because that's
Zombies?
deep Uncanny Valley. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
See, I don't like.
There's
horror
something uncanny
because horror
about that
doesn't
because
scare me.
zombies are already an inherent part of like general media that I'm used to them.
Yeah, zombies aren't scary.
But you see a person and their eyes aren't right. That freaks me out.
Oh, okay.
Bro, are you sitting here and actually being like, I don't know what the correct term is here, but are you not okay with people who happen to have not perfectly symmetric eyes?
I don't have perfectly symmetric eyes. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like if
Freelance
they're
is the greatest thing that is himself.
Do you not like people that have chameleon eyes?
Listen, I look in the mirror and I see a horror. No, like something that specifically, it's very specific, but it freaks me out a lot. If like the irises or like the pupils are bigger than average, that freaks me out.
Oh, so you don't like the fact that you can have like big pupils and
No, that's fine.
14.
Beyond that, on the other hand, I start freaking out.
If someone has a concussion in real life, you'll start hyperventilating.
Like those when Markiplier used to have those photoshopped thumbnails of him like freaking out.
Oh my god, those are so fucking. Were they
Those
like all the
freaked
really
me out.
the weird fucking like photomorphs he'd do in his head?
Those freaked me out as a kid.
They freaked everybody out, dude. They all look weird as fuck, but that was like it was his whole branding. So the reason I don't play anything horror is because for me, I find jump scares annoying because they're usually coupled by really loud noise and shrills that fucking blow my eardrums out, and the flashing lights and shit just hurt my eyes.
Does this mean you won't be playing Soma?
I probably would play Soma and laugh at it.
Like
Why would you laugh at it? It's really good. It's got a good story.
Because no, like that's my reaction to things that are supposed to be scary. I find them funny. Because they're just so ridiculous that it's like, what the fuck is this?
It's not about
like, really.
It's like the story is just really good.
Oh, I don't doubt the story in Soma is really good at all. No, that would be why I would play just for the story. But like the actual like quote unquote spooky parts, it'd just be like, you fucking like really?
Yeah, I can get that.
Consider,
that was like the whole like.
period
That's why I stopped playing Evil Within. It wasn't. I mean, a big part of it was the fact that it's very It's very all over the place, and that game can't decide what genre it wants to be in.
Evil Within 2 does a much better job of staying in.
Yeah, Evil Within 1 can't decide what kind of game it is. And the biggest thing is I cannot fucking stand the way the game's systems work, on top of the fact that it loves those ridiculous visual effects, and it just starts to hurt my eyes. It is painful to play the game because it is just constantly assailing my eyes with bullshit. I thought the story had a good starting premises, and then it very quickly was like, where are we going? This is a game that is like the best description I've ever heard anyone who's ever played it. Barb's been playing it on his night streams recently, and he's like, this game is like made by a bunch of freaking teenagers in like junior grad school trying to all wearing trench coats at night, like, yeah, we're gonna do that, we're gonna this, and then the anime guy is gonna show up, he's gonna teleport behind you, and then we're gonna shoot Joe again, but then he's not gonna die. And it's just like, oh my god. And like watching him play through it, I'm like, oh my god, now I remember why I stopped playing this.
Evil Within 1 was a real big mess.
It's a fucking shit show.
I would consider Evil Within 1 Grindhouse. It's Grindhouse.
I would not say that. Grindhouse has a certain amount of camp, and Evil Within took itself a little bit too seriously.
Evil Within is campy, but it is a Resident Evil 4 mixed with Last of Us 1 that tries to take itself seriously when it has no business taking itself seriously.
Oh, hi, Minnie.
Like, I don't doubt that Evil Within 2 is probably better, but like I had such a bad experience with Evil Within 1, and I've heard so many mixed opinions on Evil Within 2 that I'm just like, I don't even know if I want to play this. And I honestly
really good.
I look at both of them in my Steam library and just go, man, that is money I'm never getting back.
Anyway, I posted in the homies chat. That's specifically the thumbnail I was talking about.
What in the fuck is this?
That shit freaks me out.
What am I looking at?
Oh, Freelance, you would hate Io Oni.
Io Oni? Oh yeah, Io Oni freaks me out. It kind of freaks me out a little bit less because their faces are a bit funny, but their eyes freak me out.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's a fucking analog game? What?
No, this? No, it's called an analog horror story, which is a horror story that's meant to look like as if it's, like, pertaining to reality. Like, you see, like, Local 58 makes you think, like, this is a videotape of, like, a news story back from the 80s kind of thing. That's what it means. It's not a game. There is one of these, though, that did make a game for it. It's a very short game, but it does, like, tell a story behind the entire analog horror story, like, video series.
Slender.
No, it was for the Gemini project, or experience, something like that.
So, you know what I've played before, and I've now watched, now that Barb's played through it, 3 different times I've watched it and played it myself and still don't have any fucking clue what the hell the premise is. Layers of Fear.
It's about an artist, the art block.
I will say, I do like parts of Layers of Fear. That being said, it does have its... That part when the baby runs into the fucking wall is hilarious.
Oh, dude. The best thing is the fact that Barb did the same thing I did when I was playing it.
Go back and go forward?
No. I literally yelled at it, no running in the house. The second time, no running in the house. The third time I went to go say it, I watched it boink off the fucking wall, and I about fucking pissed my pants laughing. Went, that's what you fucking get. I told you no running in the house.
The funniest part is that on my playthrough, I went backwards, went forward, and it did it again. And then I did it again, and again.
That's so good, dude. That game is for a game called Layers of Fear, I honestly have to agree with Barb. That game should be called Layers of Confusion, because I still to this day have no fucking clue what's going on.
I know what's going on.
Dude, the story was completely missed me entirely. Like, I was so caught up in how confusing it was, because again, it's a game that visually vomits all over you. But it's just so goofy.
The same development team that ended up making the Medium, how would you feel?
I wouldn't be surprised.
The Medium is such hot dog shit.
It doesn't surprise me at all. Like, that makes complete sense. Based on my experience.
Plays like shit, story shit. Literally tells people who have mental illness, go kill yourself.
Jeez.
Kill yourself because you're a burden.
Yeah.
Your game is shit,
Everything
your
will be
studio
fine.
is shit, you are shit.
These are the guys making the new Silent Hill.
No,
excited.
apparently it's not confirmed that it's Silent Hill, but we'll see.
It's Silent Hill. It's gonna be Silent Hill.
So you know it's a good game though.
Um,
Totally unrelated, but that's just because I put on my machinist. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is a good game.
That game is phenomenal.
That game is great. A bit weird in terms of some pacing, and I do agree its mission structure is a bit limiting to such an open world game, but yes.
I would agree on the pacing because of the part where you end up in the Caribbean. I would disagree. I would disagree on the mission structure because I actually prefer how that mission structure is set up over other games that do open world.
But like, it's too limited to the point where like, if you stray even a little bit, you fail. And I like at least a little bit more freedom than that.
Like Guarma or like the missions in general?
Like the missions in general.
Okay.
But yeah, going to fucking the Caribbeans, why?
Because they wanted to have a Mexico bit where you stay in Mexico, but they found it limiting that that you were just in Mexico, so they put off this little side story.
But that was the same thing they did in Red Dead 1, was that they cut Mexico for time, and that's why Mexico felt the same way that the Caribbean felt, was because they cut it for time and didn't have time to flesh it out. Whereas in Red Dead 2, they just didn't flesh out that part of the game. It wasn't even like planned to do more with it. When they could have just used the assets from Mexico they didn't use for the canceled DLC for Red Dead 1.
Was it canceled DLC?
That Mexico was supposed to be a DLC for Red Dead 1 and they canceled it.
Mexico DLC.
Yeah, it was supposed to, like, that's why when you go to Mexico in Red Dead 1, all of that area is all built and made. You just can't go there. They just never used it. There was supposed to be a DLC they never set up.
But you do go to Mexico in Red Dead 1.
Yeah, for a very short time. The entirety of that area is put together. Like, that's not LOD in the distance. That's still all more area. It just doesn't let you go there.
So you tell me they had, like, a bigger portion of the country of Mexico?
They had an entire DLC that was supposed to be about the size of the entire base game of Red Dead 1 for Mexico that they just ended up cutting. They never actually did it.
Wow.
Because it's not Rare, it's Rockstar just, they leaned into GTA 5. And they just dumped Red Dead until Red Dead 2 came out. They don't realize that the Western is still just as strong as it used to be, and that Red Dead 1 and 2 literally revived the spaghetti Western as a genre. Like, had Red Dead 1 not come out, do you think Django Unchained would have done as good as it did?
I mean, well, yes, it's Quentin Tarantino.
I honestly think it got better presentation because people had Red Dead 1 right off the cusp.
I'm
there was
sure
a bunch
to some
of other
degree,
Western stuff that's come out.
I'm sure to some degree Red Dead 1 did, but it's also Quentin Tarantino, and people go out just to see Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, yeah. People go see Quentin Tarantino anyway, but I'm talking, like, between that and all the other Western stuff that's come back up, I would argue that Red Dead 1 kind of gave people that taste of it, and, like, we want this again. This is still good.
Do I think that the World War II, the Call of Duty helped Inglourious Bastards specs? Yes. Do I think Inglourious Bastards is like the ultimate World War II story? Also, yes.
Yes. Because they kill Hitler in that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same point I was trying to make, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Video games influencing the success of movies and all that.
Yeah, I was more on the point of that Westerns became a staple of pop culture again.
Well, yeah, welcome to Sarge. He likes to stray like that.
I also like World War II.
He's literally studying it.
I have a minor.
Oh boy.
I
You
mean-
might actually do what I didn't do.
A minor, huh? I might have to call the FBI then.
Oh no.
No, I never finished my history degree.
Well, I just have a minor in history. That's all I got.
No, I was majoring in history because I liked it. Problem
History
is,
is pretty-
teachers get paid like shit.
Yeah, I know. Teachers get paid
So
like shit. My
I
mother
kind of
was-
went, yeah, kind of going like, yeah, it's kind of wasting my time.
So you got to be the thing that pays even more, a Twitch stream.
Now
Yep.
you're a Twitch streamer.
Which is objectively more fun.
More fun.
And has the potential to pay better. It's sad when Twitch's ad payout revenue is better than what teachers get paid generally. Even for a mediocre level of streaming.
So anyway, now that you've gotten to that point in the Shadowbringers story, Sarge. So what'd you think of that one
God,
scene?
Which point?
Yes, which point?
The transformation.
It sucks. It's terrible. I felt emotion.
Apparently Specs almost threw up.
Body horror is one thing I'm not a huge fan of, and it's I'm not a fan of it because it invokes an actual like sick reaction.
I needed a moment.
I needed like a day and a half.
I think you said like 6 hours, right?
I actually got off the game and like walked away. Like I remember just like putting the game down and just going to play something else for a while.
And
I'm pretty sure I went and played Overwatch with the guys instead. I'm just like, I need to not. I need to just not.
I'm wondering if Lunar's reaction is gonna be, yeah, that's terrible, or I've seen worse.
The fuck, is he some kind of 4chaner?
He's an ultra abomination, Specs.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably done worse then.
He once stapled a dude's hand to a table.
Why?
Because he messed with his friend.
Oh yeah. So
Like relentlessly bullying his friend.
You got the stream open still?
Yeah.
Keep an eye on it. Watch the Brickman. He occasionally walks over the fire pit.
I haven't been watching yours.
But it doesn't just walk over the fire. He walks like 12 feet in the air over the fire.
Hey, brick. This is some like huge hitbox on the fire.
The hitbox on the fire goes almost to where you can see Janatel's nameplate on the top of the screen. Like he went that high.
So where are you right?
The hitbox on the fire is ridiculous.
Where are you right now in the story, Sarge?
I'm rescuing Menphelia.
Ah.
Kind of started then, and I like fell asleep because I'm really tired for some reason.
I noticed.
I fell asleep because Menphilia.
Here's the thing, Specs. You can know whenever like Sarge just isn't there. More than just asking Sarge, are you awake, and you get no answer. You just look at the friends list, and he hasn't gotten out of the same cutscene for 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He always seems to fall asleep during cutscenes.
Man's just not invested.
And that's why he's rushing through it. Of course, he doesn't like the story. He thinks it's dumb and stupid.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's fair. I know plenty of people that play this game literally just for the endgame content. Like, they just want to do dungeons and raids and shit.
I'm
like,
joking.
The story is a secondary medium.
Freelance, if I wasn't invested in the story,
Sarge, I'm joking. It's a joke!
I'm like Craze, who actually did skip all the cutscenes.
Yeah, but Craze just wanted to do the endgame, so...
Well, no, he wanted to catch up with his friends,
sense.
and he actually had some interest in the story.
Yeah, but he had more interest in the endgame.
Which is why I rag on him every time he gets something wrong. Or he, like, rags on us for not knowing something. Is like, you don't even get to say anything about that.
Bro, I can learn the fights. You skipped the story.
One time where he's like, wait, Billy's dead? Or something.
But you were learning the lore, I was studying the blade.
Have you started your role quests?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting my white mage is actually like 2 levels away from 70, so I should be able to start mine for healer soon. Right now I'm just doing the melee DPS.
4 quests a day, Specs. 4 quests a day.
I thought it was 10.
So you're gonna hit endgame in about 3.5 years for the expansion we're currently on?
Oh, if I do 4 quests a day, then it lines up that I will have everything by Endwalker.
I said it was 10 last time.
It might have been 10, but I rushed through. Oh, it's always been like 6. It's been like 4 to 6.
Last time you said 10.
I don't remember ever having 10. Luckily, I was dying during that week, so I could just focus on Final Fantasy.
So, doing one of the Bard quests for, I think, level 35.
Mm-hmm.
One of the lines of text in this quest is, "You put me in mind of my salad days." I have no idea what that means.
Green?
Yeah, Salad Days is a phrase.
I've literally never heard this
I mean, I've never
before.
heard of it, but I assume it means, like, you know, being new. Like, green. Salad is green. Green means new.
It's a fucking reach. Why not just say green?
Because that doesn't sound fancy enough.
Because they're bards.
They
have
speak
flowery
poetically.
language. Yes.
I like how this
Bro,
entire
I'm
quest...
feeling kind of salad today.
No, you don't feel salad. You are salad, and then you become unsalad.
Here we are. 2 salads.
I'm guessing that's a British phrase. Sorry.
I have no idea. I'm about to fucking Google it.
I'm asking the redcoat.
How dare you? I'm a true-blooded revolutionary.
Oh, so you're a Tory.
No, labor.
Oh, so you're a cuck.
I say, if you're a true-blooded revolutionary, that means you're basically the English version of Kekona, which would be a Tory.
No.
what
Why
is
would I
cake?
vote Tory?
Illiterate and uninformed.
Alright, I think I'm gonna finish up this quest and then move on with the story. I'll be going to
According to Google, it's a Shakespearean idiomatic expression meaning a youthful time.
which makes more sense considering it's a
Yes.
bard.
Can we move on in reality to never having to use Shakespearean idioms?
You've seen how
Oh.
these people speak. Why wouldn't they say something like that? They literally use Middle English.
Yeah, and Shakespearean is not English. Shakespearean is literally,
Yeah, it
I'm gonna
is.
take English and make it even more bastardized of a language than it already is.
It absolutely is English. They taught it in English class.
And it was harder to read than regular English,
It
or
was fine.
English even.
You didn't read much anyway.
No, I skipped literally all of it because it was boring.
I liked parts of Shakespeare. There were some good ones.
We
Romeo
literally
and
read
Juliet was not
everything
one of them.
You can sum up every Shakespearean thing we had in school as everyone dies.
Nope.
Because
Literally every Shakespearean thing we did in every book we did on Shakespeare in high school was the literal sum of the story was everyone dies. There was no lesson, it was everyone dies.
There was comedies, and those ones were really good, actually.
If they exist, we didn't read those in high school. They were not assigned.
That is very sad.
Like I said, every single thing we did, every storybook, every novel we read, every Shakespeare thing we did, every single thing at the end of the story was everyone dies and the world is a cruel and unforgiving place. Well, wow, this is a great thing to teach high schoolers.
It's drama specs. God, shit.
There's nothing dramatic about that.
Sarge.
It's a
Sarge.
tragedy.
Sarge. Don't try. This is a man. This is a man who forgot he had to do a project, and guess what? Chris still holds it over him to this day.
Yep.
Specs, you're the guy who didn't do anything on the group project.
He is that guy.
Literally never did.
Wow.
And whatever thing I did have to required to do, pencil whipped in the morning before class even started, probably usually in the 12 minutes of homeroom because it was probably a first period class, and still passed with all A's.
I find it really funny how this melee DPS role quest, we got to the part where he refused coin from his father. He's like, sorry, I won't be able to pay you that much. Next quest, he's literally going to pay me more.
Literally pays you more money.
What does money mean
Sarge,
to you, Lou?
Sarge, I literally min-maxed school. I did the least amount of work I possibly had to do and put in the minimum amount of effort necessary.
He sped run through school.
I basically speed ran high school.
He ran
Literally
to
just so I
the
could do
corner
whatever
and
I
jumped
wanted to
until he
do.
just passed right through it.
Yep. And it was funny because when I got to college, it was like, oh, I actually have to do work? Well, fuck this. Between that and realizing that what I was going to school for was going to pay me literally nothing when I got out, I was just like, alright, well, we're done with this shit. This is a waste of my time and money. Because you can't just pencil at college because they want you to do all of the work for the professor. Not, you know, do the work after the professor's shown you what to actually do. It's, I'm going to stay here and talk to you for 20 minutes. And then that's pretty much it. Here's a project to go do this in your own time. I'm like, bitch, I got other shit to do. I got a job and stuff. Like, you teach me shit while I'm here paying you to teach me shit. Not, here, go learn it all on your own. Like, I can do that for free on Google. I don't need you to tell me to do that. I realized it was a complete waste of my time and stopped going. So, this guy legitimately took an arrow in the knee. This guy literally took an arrow in the knee. Not, I got married, in the Norse proverb. Actually got shot.
Good.
It's not true, apparently. Apparently someone made that up.
No,
What?
that's actually in, like, history context. That's a cultural thing. It's not made up. Yeah, that's an actual thing.
Oh, I could have sworn I read that and then someone else was like, actually, that doesn't mean that.
And where'd you read
It's
that?
Iceland-
Reddit?
It's Icelandic. It's actual history. Well, cultural history, rather. But no, it's an Icelandic Scandinavian phrase.
Oh.
It's, I mean, ancient. I mean, you're talking, like, probably 1300s.
I don't do ancient history.
Yeah, he's only World War I and World War II.
Yeah.
Oh, history one trick?
2 trick, thank you.
Yeah, that's one era. Come on.
Depends where you.
Those wars were close enough to each other that you can call it an era.
Where you're learning what you're hearing about World War II.
Internet college. Yes.
Internet college?
Internet college.
Also internet college.
I'm like, why the hell am I reading this? I know all this because I've done the Bard quest to level 50 before.
Because it's good.
It used to be only World War II, and then I was like, I should probably get interested in another time. And then I was like,
10 years earlier.
I know. During the time of the three kingdoms of China, that one's a good one.
Much.
Like, where the hell is Raincatcher Gully in Gridania? Like, that ain't in the forest. Oh, that's over freaking. Oh.
So for it'd be 30 years earlier.
20.
10.
Well, it started in 1939.
Yeah.
1919, 20.
Got him.
Oh,
Math
yeah.
checks out.
And I'm bad at math.
Wait.
Bro, you call yourself a history minor? Come on.
1918 there, free. Thank you.
Okay.
That's depending on who
Oh,
you're
okay.
saying.
Oh my
qualified
god,
at
I'm
the
so
start of the war.
sorry. I was closer to it than you were. Oh no, I fucked up, Sarge.
You done fucked up?
Actually, have
Fucking
you know
nerd.
That World War I ended during the Treaty
actually?
of Versailles, not during the armistice.
Actually?
If you want to get technical, skirmishes actually continued for several months even after the Treaty of Versailles.
Yeah, but that was the cessation of arms.
The only thing that
Session of
matters
it.
about World War I is the time where the Germans and the British decided to have a soccer game.
Eh.
That's the only thing that matters.
Happen. That did, in fact, happen.
It's Christmas. Let's have a soccer game. Sure.
Hey, a World Cup is more important than who wins the World War. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if one person
Why do you
wins
think
the World Cup...
Why do you think all those British people were fucking pissed?
Oh god, that was such a sad display of humanity.
They're extremely racist.
Huh?
It's quite saddening, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Well, yeah,
when you can make American football fans go, holy shit, dude, calm the fuck
There's
down.
nothing to respect
You
about the
fucked
British.
up. They're just not very respectable.
Their food sucks. Their culture sucks.
Eh,
Stonehenge is a
raining.
bunch of stones. Who gives a shit?
That's in Ireland.
Druids.
That's UK.
What's up? What? The fuck you on about?
Depending on who you ask, that is a matter of
Ireland at
debate.
all.
Fuck all of them. But yeah, no, it's in Britain.
Scotland, I'm pretty sure.
Scotland?
Scott, that's also a matter of debate of whether or not that's Ireland, depending on who you ask.
It all means nothing to me because it's UK, and who gives a shit about the UK?
I do.
Who gives a shit about the UK?
Oh.
Look, nobody has more patriotism than fucking Brazil.
Oh, we were both wrong. It's in Wiltshire, England.
So I was right.
Fire.
It's still a bunch of rocks that nobody understands the fact that they're literally just a druidic summoning circle. And that's literally all it's ever been.
Of the
I
Druids.
thought it was a star map.
Yeah. You'll never figure out what it's about because the friggin' Catholics wiped out that culture.
Yeah.
Thanks, Catholics.
And then we were supposed to have a druidic overlord, but a detective in England helped stop that by stabbing a girl.
Yeah, that
This is all
didn't
true,
help
yeah.
at all. That literally did nothing to help.
Yo.
In fact, I think it made it worse.
These mushrooms got legs.
Bruh.
Whoa, man, they got
Bruh.
hams. Damn, dude.
So these mushrooms got gams, though.
Yo, these mushrooms, man, they hitting it.
Yo, this shit hit different.
Leggy.
Hey, Free, you said Thancred got 5 years older during his time in the stream, in the ether?
Technically, on the first,
Technically.
Thancred is 5 years older.
So now he's 10 years older than everyone else.
Well, no.
No.
Time works differently here. And also remember, the characters we see here, these are not their real bodies.
So,
Oh, yeah.
on the first, they've aged up until the point where you show up on the first, and then all of time for the entirety of all of Shadowbringer's existence is aligned with the planet we're on.
Basically giving them a time skip into amount of knowledge without actually doing
Which
a
you
time
have
skip.
to remember, they're not in their bodies, so should they ever make it back to their bodies,
They will be.
they have literally not aged at all, so there is no time skip.
Maybe a few weeks.
Weird.
About a week, because you have to remember that the entirety of from A Realm Reborn start to where we are currently at in the game
It's months.
is about a year and a half.
It's a year and a half. Oh, that was just months.
Because the twins and everybody ages by about 1 year during the course of the expansion. The twins start A Realm Reborn at about age 15, and they get to by the end of Shadowbringers they are 16.
They grew up so fast.
They literally grew up
8
over the
years
course
fast.
of they aged
Fine.
1 year over 8 years.
God, Kathy and Freya change their hair like every like 3 months.
Yep, just constantly changing your hairstyle. You guys just are
hair
so
grows,
indecisive.
Sarge.
Unless you're a main character.
How often do you get a haircut, Sarge?
Yeah, and I like my hair short, but even I don't get my hair cut every like 3 months. It's like every like 5 or 4.
Yeah, mine's been about like 2.5 years.
Yes, but we're adventurers, so we gotta do things dramatically.
Dramatically.
Different every single week.
Some weird peoples. Peoples are excited to see humans. Forgot what they're called.
Humies, I'm pretty sure.
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure they're just called Humies.
I'm
Why are
talking.
they
I'm
human?
talking about the people I'm, like this race of. I wasn't talking about humans. This is later on in the game, Sarge.
Oh, mole people. Sorry, I thought you were
What
you were
are
asking
you even
what.
talking about?
The people
Francis
you
Street.
meet after the water fairies. Before the trial.
Sorry, I thought you were asking what humans are called in
No, I already knew.
Shadowbringers.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, it's just Humi.
It's Humes.
Humes. Then I forget what everyone else is called.
Main scenario time.
Also, freelance, I looked and I saw that the post Shadowbringers stuff doesn't give you any experience. So I guess I'll do it.
Does it not? I guess that makes
Oh.
sense.
You know what I don't understand?
Though remember this, Sarge. You go past me, zip it.
That's not
You also,
Oh?
do people not realize that holding quests for the next expansion, the quests from previous content when you're over the max level of the expansion give almost 1/20th of the EXP they would have given otherwise. Like it's literally meaningless to even bother.
So are you saying you might accidentally spoil the story for me, Sarge?
What? No. When have I ever done that?
Apparently often.
I guess
from
I'm
what
gonna
I've
have to
heard.
avoid being in any voice chat with you then. Or just mute you every time I'm in one.
Got him.
You know, at the rate you're going, you'll probably beat Shadowbringers tonight.
Tonight. You're funny.
I really want this fucking Inferno jacket, dude. This thing looks so cool. Honestly, I really want to see someone fucking dressed as one of the Cyberpunk characters with that Inferno jacket now that it exists.
I'm sure there's something akin to it. Not like you'd be able to see it though, because it's first person.
Oh, got him. Honestly, I had no like hype expectations for that game, and like watching Mammal play through it, I honestly was like, you know what? This game would have been fine if they didn't try to hype it fucking to the 3000th degree.
The first mistake they made was announcing it back when Witcher 3 hadn't even come out.
True. Hey, we're making this game. You'll see it in 9 years.
It was supposed to be released in 2015.
No?
Yeah, and then decided we're gonna rebuild the engine.
No.
That's free.
No, because Witcher 3 was released in 2015.
Oh, they were aiming for a 2015 release date.
I doubt that.
It's in the Shoot Women trailer. There's a secret message where they say we're aiming for 2015.
Yeah, they're aiming for 2015, but they said when it's ready, and guess how that turned out?
Yeah, it still wasn't ready.
It's still not ready, and it came out. We're still in early access for Cyberpunk 2077.
I mean, to be fair, it was no secret what the hell caused that either, because their entire friggin' development team was just riddled with just very bad work ethic situations.
Yep.
You don't have a
Also,
good work
Adam-
environment.
Adam
You can't
Michael
you can't present a good fucking product. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
how it
their
works.
fucking game director is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just work 17-hour days, no problem, easy.
Weekends, holidays, everything.
Just work all the. Working.
Not obligatory. Of course, it's obligatory.
Look, the beatings will continue until morale improves. Pretty sure I just saw a cat girl dressed like bounty announcers from Cowboy Bebop.
Did you guys see this trailer for the live action one?
For what?
No.
The live action one. Live action Cowboy Bebop?
Oh no, I don't even bother watching anything live action was previously a like cartoon or anime or video game. Like I just don't even bother.
Yeah.
The one time I got excited about that, Bob Hoskins played Mario.
And now we have Chris Pratt.
It may remain a cult classic, goofy ass shit movie for me, but I am fully aware that it is an awful fucking movie, and pretty much everybody in that film hated that movie, start to finish.
Are you talking about
the original Super Mario Bros. Movie?
Is that not Captain Lou?
No, that's for the
No.
show.
Oh, that was for the show.
Swing your arms from side to side.
Fucking Bob Hoskins played Mario, and to his deathbed despised that role. And John Leguizamo played Luigi. This is the one role he got before he finally started getting cast in other roles that like started his career.
Also, how dare you, Specs? The Street Fighter movie is amazing.
No, one line of it is amazing.
Literally every single one of the Mortal Kombat movies, trash.
One line of it
all
was...
belong
How
in the
dare you?
bin.
No, the first Mortal Kombat movie was great. What are you saying?
Also, the new one's apparently really good.
I'm not really good. I heard it's
no,
fine.
the new one is fucking terrible. The new one is the least Mortal Kombat of all the Mortal Kombat films. No,
that
it
is not
awful.
true.
Don't bother
Annihilation
going
is
to watch it.
garbage.
Annihilation's not even Mortal Kombat at that point. At least that
So
one
glad
understood
that
it
we're
wasn't
not-
a Mortal Kombat film. This one
So glad
described
Rebirth
itself as
did-
Mortal Kombat and does nothing Mortal Kombat with it.
So glad Rebirth gets to remain the Mortal Kombat.
It's the closest thing to a good Mortal Kombat.
Rebirth was great.
Eh. No, I would argue the only acceptable video game film that they've ever done was the Sonic movie.
Sonic movie was good.
Was ironically actually decent.
Like, me and my dad watched that for my birthday. Along with Alien and Aliens. And...
we went to go watch it in theaters for the sake of being able to dunk on it because we went and saw it.
And then it was good.
And then it was actually pretty okay. Like, it wasn't a perfect film. It was a good, like, 6.5 out of 10, maybe.
Yeah, which is...
Like, it had pacing points that were an issue, and, like, some of the, like, one or two of the roles are like, why does this character even exist? Like, they don't even help to progress the story. They're just kind of here to fill time.
Specs, are
But,
you
like-
not counting the Detective Pikachu as a video game movie?
I didn't even go see it.
It's also really good.
And honestly, it was a video game movie of a video game that launched in tandem, so I don't think that counts.
What? No. Detective Pikachu's been a thing for years
Yeah.
for that movie.
I mean, it was also another fucking knockoff Pokemon game from a first-gen Pokemon producing. Like, it's just milk for more Pokemon, and I want to play Ace Attorney, but not play Ace Attorney. I didn't even bother playing it. I had no interest in the game and even less interest in the movie because of it.
The game didn't come out in America until the film came out.
That's what I mean, is it launched in tandem. You had the movie and the game came out. I watched and played neither
In
of them.
America, Specs. In Japan, Detective Pikachu's been a series for like 5 years.
Sarge, I live in America. I don't give a fuck what goes on in Japan. It
You
doesn't,
live in
it's not
Ohio.
relevant
That
to
doesn't
me.
count as a state.
Aren't they viewed in Smash?
It literally
according-
does. It literally is irrelevant to me if it launched in Japan first. I don't fucking care if it launched in Japan first. I'm not gonna play a game I can't play. Its existence is irrelevant if it doesn't have existed in an English American localization. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, according to Specs, anime doesn't exist until
Sarge.
it's dubbed. That's what he's saying.
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying at all. You're just provoking an argument for the sake of doing it. Bruh, everybody needs to stop running fucking main scenario roulette for these Mog tokens so I can get my Mog tokens. It's a 14-minute queue for main scenario roulette.
I feel like it'd be faster than that.
It normally is, but now that's the most efficient way to get Mog tokens because you get 7 for Castrum and 10 for Praetorium.
Are you going in
So
as
everybody's
DPS?
running Praetorium. Yeah, I need the EXP for my main scenario roulette. I have 3 aiming classes I'm leveling up right now. Of course I'm doing it as DPS.
Well, that's your problem.
Yeah, last week I queued up as Machinist and it was an instant queue. It was less than 5... It's always been less than 5 minutes. It only does this when the Mog tokens are up. What? Why is this guy spamming in Gridania? Did they delete Charlemagne?
What?
What's...
Who?
Literally who? Nah, he's one of the guys in Ishgard. You would have met him during Heaven's Ward. I don't think he shows up during the main story in Heaven's Ward. He does stuff with crafting at max level. Part of the whole Ishgard rebuild-a-thon thing.
Wow, this Minfilia is already like 10 times better. She does stuff.
Minfilia in quotations.
Yeah, in quotations.
Which they established like right away that it's Minfilia not.
Mogfilia.
Why does Minfilia exist in Shadowbringers? Literally doing for the sake of accelerating the story of an entirely different character. Why? Because Minfilia still is the most hollow and empty character in the whole fucking franchise. Not just Final Fantasy XIV, just Final Fantasy in general.
We needed to bring back Minfilia, but we made her a different character.
How do we bring back Minfilia without bringing back Minfilia?
We just make a whole other character that we medium in using her dead character.
How do we redeem Minfilia? We make her a different character.
We don't. We just make an entirely new character altogether.
That's the Minfilia we deserve, not the one we need.
Well,
no, it's the one we need.
Minfilia been like, I'll wait for you on the battlefield.
Evil Minfilia would be like, I'll meet you there.
Evil Minfilia actually has a depth of character.
Evil Minfilia be like, pray thee, stay away from the waking sands.
Evil Minfilia has no voice acting, immediately better character.
Oh god.
Like, I'm sure that voice actor has done other work that they're way better at.
Yeah, it might be voice
But,
direction.
Like, the voice direction was god-awful, and the ability of the voice actor to work with that direction to even try to do better, because you can see the other actors at least tried and, you know, gave character to the characters they were playing. Minfilia just sounds so not interested the entire time her character exists.
It's really weird. Everyone else does, like, a passable job. I actually liked most, if not all, of the American cast. Besides Minfilia.
Richard Epcar did a fantastic job.
Richard Epcar did a fantastic job.
That's just Richard Epcar being Richard Epcar.
Sam Riegel did a good job.
He definitely did make Alfino sound like a Redditor.
Yes,
yep.
And then, Taliesin Jaffe did great as Thancred. I'm actually sad that he got replaced.
I think that was something with a contract that ran out.
It was absolutely
the studio they had or something.
Yeah, they went with a different European company.
Which it ended up being better for the game because the voices fit the theme better.
Yeah, I
understand why they did it.
Merlewibb's. I miss Merlewibb's old voice.
Yeah, that one was probably, of all the changes, that one was the only one I think that really didn't have a clean fit.
You don't sound like a pirate.
I don't like Ishtola's British voice actress too much.
I like it.
Nah, Ishtola's new voice is way better.
I'm not sure I'd say way better. It's good.
He reads her lines really weird. It's just me.
It's just you.
She didn't make a good first impression. Like, her first cutscene back is not great voice acting-wise.
And the rest after that were actually pretty good. Her wrecking Magni was pretty good.
Absolutely fucking
eviscerates that poor man.
Fucking legit, did more damage to him in 2 lines of text than fucking me and he had done in the entire amount of battles.
Little?
Dude, he gets fucking, when you're doing the Namazu dailies, he also gets fucking destroyed by a fucking catfish, man. It's great.
He gets destroyed by a catfish? Are you fucking kidding me?
If you ever level up a crafter and you're doing the Namazu dailies for Stormblood, there is a point during the Namazu story that he gets fucking eviscerated again.
Poor guy.
That man can't catch a break, dude. He just tried to find a wife and just gets every turn. It's just absolutely
Whatever wife he
eradicated.
gets, which is most likely going to be Sadu, he's going to be the bottom.
Oh, he's absolutely the bottom.
Everyone's a bottom with Sadu.
That man likes the abuse. He likes it when girls are mean to him.
I've met pixies.
Well, if you actually are from the other side of the puddle, you know that they are extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with the Fae.
I also know that corgis were battle mounts.
Now we use fat cats here. You want corgis, you gotta go to World of Warcraft.
Still fucking angry at the
boy.
Pokemon Company for not making what is it called? Jolthound and the corgi, the electric corgi, part fairy type.
Why would he be part fairy type? It wasn't the fairy. The fairy was the fairy.
Hey guys, guess what my main scenario ended up being? It's Praetorium.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
40 minutes of cutscenes. Let's go. Dragon Girl Arthur Morgan.
So what do you
Just
think of the
need
battle
more
theme,
money.
Sarge?
Good.
Good.
It's a hard rock ballad.
It fucks pretty hard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like
I
this.
was like, I've heard it before, and then I realized the
Balazar
guy,
speech.
Yeah, the Texas speech. He played it during like some of the of their moments.
I'm during
Balazar
the
text the speech?
not
What?
Balazar text speech. It's a Discord speech on Discord,
Oh.
line by line, word by
Oh,
word.
yeah, because there's points in there where the Shadowbringers battle
Ass.
scene plays.
Come.
Glib.
Come.
I like how the line of to believe in Eorzea is to believe in nothing in Eorzea is literally how the line actually plays out, because his next line after he says that is in Eorzea, and then goes on about the gods and shit.
Eorzeas.
Louisois.
Louis Soir.
God is too.
So I realized I was watching Preach this morning, he just finished 2.55.
Which one's that one?
I
again?
realized that that's where you finish up A Realm Reborn.
Oh yeah.
And I realized watching that, I didn't realize that it's Alize who sends the carriage to come save you.
Yeah.
So
What?
it doesn't make as much sense if you don't do all of Coils alongside the alongside everything for that little detail, because Alfino talked about how I'm always looking out for Alize, but now it looks like she's looking out for me. That doesn't make sense and correlate if you didn't finish Coil's storyline.
It makes a little bit of sense still.
It does, but you have to remember Alize doesn't show up at all until the Heavensward story. In the post-game.
Yeah, in which he's taken out for most of it.
The only time you see Alize prior to that point, if you don't do Coils, is back when you first start your character and that you see her get mad at Alfino and leave in one of the 3 city-states, depending on where you start.
It's not when you first start.
No, but it's about like level like
Grand
12,
Com-
13.
when you
It's
pick a
Forest
Grand Company.
Astasha. Yeah, it was around like the 15 to 20 range, depending on when you started the game.
Yeah, there's also
Because of
the
how
scene
skill level
where,
is scaling.
where she gets mad and runs off. But that's not immediate.
But yeah, that's the last time you see her.
Yeah. Is that scene immediately after you join a Grand Company? I could have sworn that was a little
I think it's a
later.
little bit after. While you're still getting settled in with the Wakings, with the 7 Scions.
thank goodness. There you are. Those Numo
And it's just because they just didn't have a way to introduce her character. Was really the only reason.
Yeah.
But that's why it's funny, like, if you don't do coils, it's like, oh, right, Alize exists. And I remember doing that when because I didn't do coils when I started playing, because I didn't raid then. And back then you couldn't just pug coils, like, that wasn't a thing.
So I was a little nervous.
So, like, I never did that story, so I had no idea that Alize showed up in that whole thing, because I never picked up the quest. I hadn't gotten to the point, I was just doing all the main story stuff at the time. I never found that quest chain. So then, I got to that point, was like, oh, who was that?
I think you
And then, like, Chris went, it's his sister. Like, oh, right.
Yeah, I think you told me to make sure to do that before I finished A Realm Reborn.
Yeah, because there's story context to that. The way that the stories are set up is that the stuff you do on the side and the raids and stuff ties into the main story. So if you don't finish the stuff prior to the end of the story of the expansion, things can feel a little awkward because it's like, oh, well, what's that event? Oh, right, that event. Right. That's why, like, there's important stuff that happens with the Alliance raid, the trials, and the single boss fights of Shadowbringers, and I'd want you to see those stories because they're really good. I just don't know, depending on your pace, if you'll get through it fast enough to actually see it.
To see what?
To actually be able to clear, you know, the Alliance raid and the other stuff prior to Endwalker's release.
Would they not still be there?
Oh, they'll still be there. It's just a matter of, I don't know if you're going to go straight into Endwalker or you're going to sit and do all of that too.
I'm taking my time.
I mean, you've probably got, not counting side quests, another 90, 110 hours of content left to do before you even finish Shadowbringers and its post-game. And that's not counting if you're going to also then do the storylines for all the different raid content.
Afterwards, Thancred didn't say
I would skip the relic completely. You don't have enough time to work on the relic.
I wasn't going to work on the relic anyway.
Because there's entire stories that play into, like, the entire animal weapon for... The entire Zeta weapon in A Realm Reborn plays into the Dalmascan raid with the Zodiac Braves. That's where those weapons all come from with the relic in Realm Reborn.
Mm.
The animal weapon plays into... It plays into the Students of Baldessian thing. The Students of Baldessian thing with the Isle of Val disappearing during the main scenario of 2.x for the post-game there plays into Eureka's existence in that whole storyline of understanding what happened at the Isle of Val, because that's what Eureka ends up being, is all the relic weapon of Stormblood. And then Shadowbringers has its own storyline that takes place that plays into its own thing that probably will have some bearing on stuff because it plays alongside parts of Resistance movement stuff.
Why?
But, like, I can go through it at some point. They're worth doing during the expansions they're in, but they're not really worth doing past that, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Such boredom.
You know, I'm like, my main goal when getting into Final Fantasy XIV, sure, like, the first one was obviously I want to get through it to experience the story, but I wanted to get to the near raids.
Yeah, the near raids are really good, honestly. The fact that the near raids are canon to the near franchise is fantastic.
I'm sure I just beat Near Replicant like a few months ago.
You'll catch way more to it than I did, but it's very cool even for someone who didn't do any of the Near Autonoma stuff. But I've watched, I think, all of the endings for all of like the relevant, like, big deal endings, not like all the silly nonsense endings to Near Replicant, but I watched all like the big deal endings to it. That game's really cool. I like how it, like, does all the stuff it does.
That credit sequence is one of my favorite moments in video games. In ending E.
What, Specs? You haven't found the ending where you die because you ate a fish?
Yeah, there's an ending where you die if you eat a fish.
There's also an ending if you unplug 2B's OS.
Yep.
Just unplug it, up, game's over.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, because there's a chip system. Where, like, you give yourself more buffs depending on how much chips you have. And one of them, they're like, take out HUD, take out this, take out that. Take out OS. Take out OS, you die.
That's
And I'm
really
pretty sure
funny.
the game warns you like a few times where you do
Are
it.
you sure you want to do this?
Are you sure you want to do this?
Sure you want to play as Claptrap?
Ugh.
Claptrap.
Nobody wants
the
to
guy.
do that.
But I really loved ending the credit sequence. And as you actually...
Which one was that?
That's the one where you fight the credits.
Oh, right, that one.
And as you actually accept help, more voices join in the music, and that's the development team for Nier Automata. And it's basically just telling you, like, it's basically implying all of these voices are the people helping you right now. And I think I love that.
I really like the one where it takes you to that, like, null zone, and, like, everything's been wiped from existence, and then everyone slowly, like, kind of, like, comes back into existence to help you fight whatever the fuck this random person is. I didn't understand a lot of that game, but I thought it was cool. It was visually stunning enough to keep me interested in, like, wanting to try and figure out what was going on.
It's like the Matrix. It's not for everyone.
Yeah, and then Morpheus dies and it's canon.
What?
The Matrix MMO? There's a Matrix MMO.
What? I
Yeah,
had no
what?
idea.
The Matrix Online.
I didn't know that was a thing.
The Matrix is online. That's kind of
No,
the point.
there's a game called The Matrix Online. It's an MMO about the Matrix. Morpheus dies in it, and that's canon.
Wasn't there a Matrix game where the final boss for it was like this big goofy anime fight, and it was literally just that way, not because it fit the movie, but because the developers just thought it would be cool for players to have something like that to
Yes.
fight?
You get a message from the Wachowskis about how their ending works for a philosophical movie about the choice of choicelessness. It doesn't work well for a video game. So here's a big dumb Agent Smith.
I mean, that's fair. Like, just make the game fun. Like,
Wasn't Enter the Matrix, like, not good?
I think that was the point. But the
It
game, I think, was
was
aware of the
okay.
fact that it wasn't fantastic. I'm realizing now, because I used the left stick to move, I should probably put the push to talk on the other side of the touchpad,
Probably.
because it would be easier to hit and not have to stop moving.
Ow.
Fuck, I died.
God.
I wonder if I'll be in this cutscene because I died. Oh, I am. Okay.
Yeah, you're in the background, dead.
No, I'm now back in the machine that just got destroyed because I kept standing on top of the arms in Praetorium. So now I'm back in the Magitech armor to blow up the door at Nero's room. But also still respawning. I was trying to figure out why parts of my chair were getting green screen, and I remembered, oh right, I have green LEDs on my headphones. The struggles of green being your favorite color.
Sounds like a personal problem, Six.
Only if you're a streamer and you happen to use a green screen, ironically.
Well, get a blue screen.
What? He's wearing something blue.
Well,
Get a
Well,
periwinkle
then that wouldn't
screen.
be what?
Periwinkle.
They don't make that though.
Well, they should.
I'll be the first, Specs. Break out of the mold.
Don't look for change, be the change!
Exactly.
Bro, I just want to play video
There's
games.
a character in this game called Seto. Oh god, so close to being Seto Kaiba. Be hilarious if
I don't
this-
have to know what I'm doing. I have money.
I have money.
Screw the rules. I have money.
Went into the afterlife to duel someone.
Yeah. Killed himself.
And won.
And won.
And then came back.
And then came back.
Why? Because he can.
Money.
You should have fired whoever made that bottle. Other products aren't supposed to bend like that.
What?
That's a quote from the film.
No, don't repeat it. Repeat it, Sarge. We didn't hear you that well.
Make sure you fire whoever made that bottle. Kaiba bottle products aren't supposed to bend like that.
Okay.
Oh.
He like tosses like a plastic bottle. They get super mad that it bends and breaks.
Oh.
Pretty sure that's only in the dub though.
Hey there, current.
Well, Freelance, haven't you learned about getting aether currents?
What?
I haven't.
He hasn't.
The last time you got aether currents, the friggin' Garleans got a friggin' super bio weapon.
I know, I can't stop, man. I'm just injecting myself with aether currents.
Nano machines.
Yeah, but Sarge hasn't grabbed any of the aether currents, which has led to us really... we had to demand he do it if we wanted to do one series of raids.
Yeah, Sky Pirates.
The Sky Pirate
Why?
raids.
Oh.
Because there's no way to get to the Sky Pirates without having the ability to
Oh,
fly.
you can't get over there without flying. I had flying unlocked by that point, so it was just kind of like... No, the only thing that feels really awkward is putting flying in the Realm Reborn areas. I like how they did it, so you can't like go like super duper high, because it would completely diminish the zones.
Yeah.
But it just feels really weird. Because those zones weren't designed with flying in mind, and I didn't think they'd ever actually do that.
Glad they did, though. It makes traversing a lot easier. I'd rather have it be janky than not be there at all.
Honestly, I never found moving around on the ground to be that difficult. Plus, they have the chocobo courtiers that you can just use and
Oh. Shay
got
has
around just fine.
Shay has the next dungeon unlocked. Which, if I remember correctly,
The
is
Dango?
Bardam's Medal.
And teleportation.
That was one you did yesterday, right? With the like really, they honestly probably have the coolest like dungeon mechanics I've seen in a long time.
Bardam's Medal?
Yeah.
The one where, like, it's kind of like little mini games. There's one that's like a mini game.
Yeah, the one in the Azim
Yeah.
Step, right?
Yeah, in
Yeah, that
yeah,
one. That dungeon was really cool at the time because that's something I've never seen anything like that in like World of Warcraft or anything else. Like
Get into it.
that was a dungeon of here, follow the mechanics. It wasn't just a muscle this over dungeon.
With understanding the mechanics.
Well, that was the whole thing, is that it was about proper mechanical execution was how you beat the boss. Not just do damage to the boss. Nero's still talking, by the way. I just realized that. We're still in the same cutscene.
Shit, my friend.
I also love how the one, like, camera transition is tied to your weapon. When you draw your weapon, the camera switches.
Oh yeah, I got a concert on Saturday. The orchestral...
Oh.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy VII Remake orchestral concert.
You're gonna listen to a jukebox?
No, I'm gonna listen to a bunch of people play music with instruments.
But that's not an orchestron then. That's an orchestra.
Orchestral. I did not say orchestrion.
Oh, I thought you said orchestra, and I was like, you mean like the big jukebox things that we have in the menu rooms?
How?
Ow.
Oh, that's a weird thing to have as a concert item.
Oh yeah.
But alright.
I'm gonna just shit around. Nah, it's at the
Fire up
Microsoft
the old
Theater.
record player there.
There've been concerts for Final Fantasy 14 in Japan, haven't there?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't follow that, so I have no idea. I like playing the game. I don't immerse myself in the community and all the events and shit. Most I look at is funny memes on the Reddits and the Twitters.
And porn.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that on Twitch. TOS and such.
Porn of the only girl that matters, Nago.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong. Out of line, but I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
He's out of line, but he's right.
It's out of line, but he's right. No. All I need in my life is shirtless Sid.
You know, that's fair.
Just shirtless Sid. I still remember that. Like, I still remember playing the game. The first thing I thought of when he freaking shows up, and it's like, it's Sid, and like the only point of reference I had for Sid was Sid from Final Fantasy III. So like he shows up like, this is Sid. I'm like, oh my god, he's hot.
That's not Sid. Nah, man, shirtless Aymeric.
No, dude, the world's not ready for that.
No.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You think you're ready?
I will willingly be blasted apart by the light that shines off of his chiseled abs.
I mean, he'd be pale, wouldn't he? Considering Ishgard's been a winter wonderland for like what, 100
No,
years?
that part
No.
no, that his chest specifically is actually just chiseled and toned and shining.
Oh, like marble.
Even his not wife has never seen him shirtless. It's that much of a threat.
His not wife, which is who? Estinian or Lucia?
Lucy, I couldn't remember her name. When he has to bathe, it is inside a vault, heavily guarded by contingents of men, all blindfolded and trained to fight without their sense of sight. Not for their own safety and for everyone else's.
I just love that they had you go on like a tiny dinner date with him. As
Yeah.
if, like
It's
they
the best
knew
part.
that's what people wanted.
People wanted this. Because they knew people wanted it with Horsefont. We couldn't have that.
Oh,
They took-
Harshaphon.
They took that from us.
Harshaphont was a friend to me.
And that's why I killed the Pope.
That's why the Pope is dead.
Yep.
And he died in
Now I
absolute
want
terror.
to Harshaphon with
The Pope, 2 Asians, a dragon.
Back to the round.
My name is Kadako Asanagi. You killed my friend. Prepare to die. I'm pretty sure the Pope says on several occasions, inconceivable even. So
Sorry,
freelance,
is
will you
that-
tell me for whom do you fight?
For whom do you fight? Lavish, lavish, lavish.
Glib.
Get
Do you
a pet
believe in
by
Eorzea?
Arsenal.
Nah, that's to believe nothing in Eorzea.
Good, because your unity is forged in falsehoods. Your city-states are built on deceit, and your faith is an instrument of deception.
No.
Conquest.
It is not but a cobweb of lies. To believe in Eorzea is to believe in nothing.
Conflict. Conquest.
In Eorzea.
Conquest.
The next line is literally in Eorzea. The beast tribes often summon gods to fight in their stead. I don't know if you caught on to this during the Bahamut chain,
Uh-huh.
but it's actually pretty cool that Gaius caught onto this, and I love that he points this out because it makes him such a good villain at the time, is the fact that he calls out the 12 as being nothing more than primals themselves. Because are they so different than the other
Give me a moment.
icons that the beast tribes summon? I just thought that was so cool.
This is the ultimate centrist. Both sides are the same.
But what drives even men of learning? Even the great Louis Soir.
Swah.
I love Gaius is probably one of my absolute favorite characters in this. That dude is just fucking a badass. I really like his character.
I can't believe in Coils he becomes a gender-bent version of himself. It's great.
That's not Gaius.
Right, that's not guys, you're right.
Yeah, that's Nail Von Darnus. And they were an entirely different character altogether from Legacy. Only a man of power can steer the course of civilization. I love how he goes full Golden Frieza, like a big anime energy during this. And then when you beat him, it dissipates. How could you beat me? I am true Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
No, he only turns gold, not blue. He's just Super Saiyan. If he turned blue, he'd be God Super Saiyan.
I'm back.
Okay.
He's back.
Sorry, I heard the ice cream man outside. I want to get ice cream.
Oh. What'd you get?
You don't be
got
like
a,
that though.
I got a bomb pop lemonade cup.
Oh.
You didn't get the Sonic popsicle?
No,
You didn't get the SpongeBob
Oof.
popsicle?
no, I don't like the taste of either of those.
Yo, imagine having the ice cream man still.
Yeah, ours is just a guy who does it. Just to,
I haven't heard a single ice cream man here all summer.
that's Ohio.
What'd you get for living in a cold climate, Specs?
No, it's just what he gets for living in Ohio. And lemonade
Alright, I
cups
think
are
we-
refreshing on a hot day.
I think I'm gonna leave so you guys can talk spoilers and I need to make food.
Okay. Make good food,
What's up?
not just mac and cheese.
Oh, I'm gonna make mac and cheese.
God damn it.
I was
Like
gonna make
microwave,
something else.
like microwave pizzas or some shit. That's good food.
Yeah, get some, like, put some spice in your life, man. Some variety.
Mac and
Like a
cheese.
salad.
Have you literally been eating mac and cheese for the past few days?
Not for all the days.
Okay, but the only days that
For
you're
all
not
the
working.
days.
I work today.
I don't make mac and cheese. It's more effort than microwave pizza.
It is more effort. But
Yeah,
it's,
I can't just throw it. I can't just throw it in the microwave. Yeah, but I can't just throw it in the microwave.
You gotta add some like variety to your life there, Sarge. Or else you become bland and only like original Lay's and white bread.
Oh no.
You don't want to be one of those people. Who never even tries another flavor of Lay's.
I might do a pot roast tomorrow.
Ooh.
Well,
was planning on
Saturday,
making
because I gotta put it in the crock
something
pot.
I watched a video and they mentioned making mac and cheese, and I was like, I want mac and cheese now.
Is it Easy Mac or is it like the box that you actually have to cook?
No, it's the
It
actual
better
pot
be
where
it
you
better
have
be
to-
the shells with like the creamy Velveeta style cheese to it, where it
That's
has
a-
like the cheese whiz sauce. That
That's-
is the superior and only acceptable form of mac and cheese. Is it has to have the
Oh.
creamy thick cheese sauce and shell noodles.
Oh, it
Otherwise,
is.
you're just creating heresy.
It's boxed craft. It is not easy mac.
It is
At
it
least
is
give me
shit than what is what you're saying. It's the shit you have to mix the powder with like milk and butter and crap.
that. Yeah.
It's better than
Yeah, fuck
better than
that.
Easy Mac.
That is a subjective viewpoint.
It is not subjective. It is completely objective. I will
I
not.
don't like the taste of easy mac.
Now, next question: is it the actual box or is those really shitty microwave cups
That would
that
be.
become fucking nuclear after like 8 seconds
Those
in the
microwave
microwave?
cups are Easy Mac.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they're
what we're-
fucking worse.
Yeah,
we're
they are
talking
worse.
about.
They're only worse because the cups explode in the microwave.
I only managed to make them better by adding in like cheese slices.
You can't make them better.
I can, adding in cheese slices.
Freelance, don't try to rationalize it. They're always awful. You can't fix that. You cannot
Cheese
fix
slices.
garbage.
It makes them better.
Garbage covered in Axe deodorant is still garbage, even though it doesn't smell like it anymore.
Fair.
Like, I feel like I'm having the freaking Seinfeld thing between freaking Jerry and Kramer. Did you eat the? Or no, it was Jerry and George. Did you eat the eclair? Yeah, the one that was in the trash. It's not trash. It was sitting on top of the trash. It was above the rim. It's not trash. Was it? Was there a bite out of it? A little one. It's trash. Like that's what it sounds like.
Alright, level up.
I also leveled up.
I am level 78.
I'm level 75.
I will level up after I defeat Ultima, and then Ultima,
And then
and then
Ultima.
La Habrea.
Well, no, it's Gaius Ultima La Habrea. You beat La
Yes,
Habrea
yes,
pretty quickly.
True.
La Habrea is like a victory route, like last.
It's funny, fucking Cub Cadet, their Z51 large deck riding mower is called the Ultima model. Every time I see it at work, it's like Ultima.
Ultima.
It's all I can do is embrace Ultima. That or I see it and just go, this was not my intention. Such devastation.
Really need to start leveling up my other classes.
Yeah, do that.
Book. Now wield book.
I'm not looking.
Leave you free, implying Kathy can't read.
You've already implied Kathy can't read.
I have not. What are you talking
Yes, you
about?
have.
I have not.
You have. You absolutely have. You literally had her. Yeah, you literally had her looking up, going like, "Yep, these are words."
Words, books.
She can't read.
Business. Numbers.
Ah,
Is this
shit.
working?
Your funny paper has funny words, Magic Man.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Unfortunately for this paper on the wall, I can't read.
That I like your funny words, Magic Man, is
Man.
basically like my entire existence. I remember seeing that and go, I'm in this image, and I like it.
Those kids would be very upset if they could read.
See, it's the blessing of light that confounds them.
That sign can't
Obviously
stop me
it does.
because I can't read.
I can't stop me because I can't read. Ow.
Ow.
Forgot I have a cut on my hand. I went to go rub my nose and I rubbed it with the finger there's the cut on it. Went, ow, why does that hurt? Oh shit, right.
Oh.
That is an injury on it.
One of those tabs on like those Milo tabs on an envelope back when I first started the job I'm doing currently, like cut into my palm of my hand.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. That's why I started wearing gloves at work.
Yes, book, words.
She can't read.
France, I'm gonna need you to bring the hammer of darkness must needed to bear onto the shield of light.
I don't have a hammer. No one has a hammer in this game.
No, fucking
What?
Narrow has a hammer.
Raptors have hammers.
Okay, no one you can play as has a hammer.
Narrow has a hammer.
Can't play as Nero. Unless...
If I could convey Specs a sip as an emote over voice, I would.
Oh, okay, so you do play as Nero in the future.
Do you?
You gotta stop doing the sipping, man. It makes me just start... thinking like, oh, I got it right.
Also free, if Kathy can't read,
But did you?
Summon carbuncles.
I didn't reveal anything, I just sipped.
What was that, Sarge?
If Kathy can't read, how do you explain the carbuncle?
Ultima!
She just started saying random words until it appeared. That's my headcanon.
What? What are you even talking about?
Sarge's character, Catherine.
Yeah.
She can't
Like
read.
his character in the game?
Yeah, his character in the game.
Yeah.
The only reason she has a carbuncle out is because she kept reading, like, saying different words until one appeared.
I just remember
We
that
basically
word did
imply
it.
that she can't read.
Was that Sarge?
Somehow-
So wait, is that just part of the story you've created for your characters? You're an arcanist that can't read?
Warriors don't have hammers, they have axes.
Sometimes they have Moogles.
For some reason, Freelance was really mean-spirited one night and said, I don't think even Kathy can read, and I was like, oh.
I never said that.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No,
I
I didn't.
distinctly remember.
No. Yeah, and you did distinctly remember wrong things a
Okay.
lot.
It's time to unleash Ultima. I love the auto-tune they put in his voice in this, because he's got like that
We're
extra
sitting around the
robotic sound
campfire
underneath it.
bugging, like summoning minions, and then I switched to Arcanist, and you're like, Catherine with a book. I didn't even think she could read.
I don't remember saying that,
Damn.
Well,
so I didn't.
Hey, at least your character's not
I didn't
cooler than you are.
I don't remember shooting the president, so I didn't do it, Lee Harvey Oswald.
Don't compare my character to Lee Harvey Oswald. How dare you? You illiterate piece of shit.
How dare you?
This was not my intention.
Evil Gaius Van Balzar would be like, this was my intention. Weren't you gonna leave, Sarge?
Like how Labrea's like, oh, Heidelin, protecting your champion expended all the energy you had left, and then Heidelin later on is like, ha, bitch, I lived.
I live, bitch.
I still want to know what this random green sparkly is that exists on this fucking cutscene. It's just like someone never edited it off the fucking render. There's just an extra camera angle spot there. Like, it looks like the thing in, like, Gmod or something that when you're panning over and using a camera, it's the thing that the camera shows up as, but someone didn't get rid of it, and it was for another shot, and they just left it there. And, like, nobody knows what it is. And it's even funnier when I ask about it every time I do Praetorium, and people are like, oh my god, I never noticed that. What is it? I can never unsee it. It's really funny.
Do you usually talk with the people during Praetorium, or you all just keep silent?
I type it. Every Praetorium I've ever done, every cast from Praetorium has always had people talking in chat. Because
Usually,
there's nothing to do during the cutscenes, so we sit and type during it.
usually when we get to Gaius in the first cutscene, like, would you kiss Gaius?
Yes.
And I usually get some pretty good answers. One time I got no, he's a fascist. Like, oh, you're boring.
One time someone just typed in all caps, yes.
Well, no. I then asked, would you kiss Sid? No, I said I would kiss Sid. And then someone else would go, me too, Freya! In all caps.
Got him. But would you hold hands with Ultima?
I would. Maybe a nice big warm hand.
What if we held hands next to the Ultima weapon?
Just kidding. Unless.
Unless.
Can't wait to play Sage. Sage is gonna be fun. We should get into a healer.
Aren't you getting into Scholar?
I'm trying.
How's that going?
I'm still Arcanist.
Because she's illiterate.
How dare you?
It's funny, I talk a lot of shit about being bad at raids, but I progressed all of Alexander as Scholar. Like,
Yeah,
week
pretty
1
hard.
clears on normal, did it all on fucking... as a healer. This was back when it launched, though. This wasn't, like, recently. And back before they nerfed the shit out of it, min-eye level normal Alex was actually tough. Like, it was like Coils of Bahamut hard.
See, you see, Fidelis, that says hammer, but it's actually just an axe.
There is a hammer.
You can show me it, and I'll go, wow, those are some really sharp, blunt ends.
Unless a man of power wrests control. And then Gaius passes out. No, he still had a couple more things to talk about.
I'll be back with weapons.
I'll be back to kill Ascians. Ugh.
I'm gonna look very hot. And cool.
Still, who is this mysterious, sexy man? Holy shit! It was Gaius the whole time?
Yeah, I got a similar, like, DM to the one you got from me, from Sarge going, Gaius?
It was funny because the first time he showed up, I don't know why, I just like all of a sudden was like, I don't know, it could be him. But like the masks for me kind of like gave it away, and I was like, oh, I think I know who that is. And then it got revealed. I was like, oh shit, it is him. I thought it was neat.
If only he was still voiced by Richard Epcar, then I would have known.
I think the fact that his voice had the modulator on it the whole time really just made it where it was really easy for them to do that character like tie in and reveal.
They really
have
pulled
to
that
worry
trick a
about-
lot. We're like, oh, it might be a character you know, but it might not be because of the changed voice acting cast.
But it just allows them to keep that level of mystery, and it plays the story through really well for it.
Persona 5 did a similar thing to that, where like the old Japanese voice actor for Igor died. So they gave him, so you thought, oh, I guess they changed the voice in the English voice acting as well, but it played into the story.
Yeah.
Huh. Man, I have context for a lot of this text that completely changes the perspective of what La Habrea is saying here.
Context.
Heidelin.
Oh, having expanded context completely changes. I mean, there's understanding you'd never have back during A Realm Reborn that you have now in story, but it completely alters the perspective, and it's great.
I gotta look for this bird's like Flava Flav medallion.
Bird.
The Flava Flav medallion.
Yeah, you looked for a medallion, and I'm praying it's the Flava Flav medallion.
Hey, I'm not gonna leave this place alive. I just want to make sure you knew that.
That's a shame.
La Habrea said so.
Oh, rest in peace.
Rip in pepperonis. Specs of fire. Oh, Bringer of Light. Hang on, that's not my title anymore. I'm the Bringer of Shadow.
Well, not yet.
Warrior of Darkness.
Oh no, I'm definitely the Bringer of Shadow. I'm all caught up with the story. My MMSQ is to be continued.
Well, at the point of where you would be in Praetorium.
Also wouldn't exist. I'm playing a machinist.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm the Slayer of Midhogg.
I am breaking continuity.
Yeah. Then the time ghost from Final Fantasy VII Remake come out and punch the shit out of you and beat you up. Kick you in the nuts.
I still really wanna play Final Fantasy 15 just so that the context of the campsite scene with Noctis during the Final Fantasy 15 crossover has more like substance to it for me.
The Royal Edition goes for cheap, like pretty often.
Yeah, you can get it for like it's almost always on sale nowadays.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. About the boys.
Do you want to play
I gotta
a
go
road
save
trip?
the world with the homies.
Yeah, it's a road trip simulator.
Do you want to play a Final Fantasy road trip movie? And yes, you should play it.
Hell yeah. It honestly does look like a really good game.
Want to play the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, except all the guys are girls. All
Have
the
you
girls
even
are guys.
watched Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants?
Is that not a road trip movie?
No. It's about
Not
it
at
follows a
all.
pair of pants. That magically fits all the girls. And it follows the pants and the girls' stories of the pants.
It's an exceedingly unrealistic film because that's not true at all. But it is a really good movie, honestly.
I haven't seen it.
For some reason, I also wanted to go to The Devil Wears Prada, but I'm pretty sure
That
is
is
also...
not a road
Oh
trip
my
movie.
dude, that has nothing to do with Road Trip either. But that film is also fucking incredible.
If I would recommend one thing before you do play that game, Specs, watch the anime.
What
There's
now?
an anime for that?
There's an anime for Final Fantasy 15 that gives better introductions to all of the 4 characters. Called Brotherhood.
Oh.
It's actually really nice. And it has one of the best characters, which is the jogger who encouraged Prompto to keep running.
Be the running man. Do it.
Well, yeah, he would like run by him every time and kind of and it felt just kind of discouraging to Prompto, but every time the guy would go like, "Keep going, man." Kind of like the Muscleman from Mob Psycho 100.
Oh, okay.
And also, you get to see the scene of Noctis taking the tomatoes out of his burger, and Ignis going like, "Stop that," and he just keeps going.
Why are you doing that?
And no, the
Stop
funniest
that.
part is he actually he takes a tomato, about to put it on Ignis's plate, and Ignis goes, "Stop." Noctis stops for like 5 seconds, and puts it on.
Oh. Alright, I got that hairstyle and I see what you mean. Holy shit, this hairstyle is incredible.
Yeah, Style for Hire. That's gonna be Freya's Endwalker hairstyle.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking legit, dude.
15 is the gay road trip. X2 is the lesbian road trip. He's a
What?
great character. Pain needs to be in more stuff.
They had. I'm pretty sure I did hear somewhere like rumors of a 10-3. And maybe we'll finally get to see that scene where Titus kicks a mine, thinking it's a Blitzball.
Literally fucking kicks a mine.
Yeah, and he explodes and dies. The display capture run out.
Swimming. You have 2 million gil? Where'd that come from?
Doing stuff.
Oh.
You see, I don't do ERP. I just earn my money.
That is earning my money. What the fuck you on about?
No.
We seem to have different definitions of effort. Freelance, I'm crafting a story, you're just playing one.
Motherfucker, I am crafting a story. I'm crafting more of a story for Freya than you are.
Not my character.
Holy shit, there is
For
a
your
ton
own
of
character, dumbass.
reflected I didn't realize how many Shadowbringers main scenario quests have reflect quest progression. There's a lot. I remember which one this one is that reflects quest progression now.
I do need to work on Kathy. You're right.
Like, I literally have a whole page of just stuff for Freya.
Oh, stuff.
Stuff.
Display it.
No.
Oh.
Come on.
Pics or it didn't happen, Free.
No. You already know I did it. Come on, Elgato.
I forgot that there is stuff that you can do in that zone that will
I'm gonna
have
go now because I
reflected
need to
progression.
Bye.
I'm just kind of going through a lot of the Oh, there is a quest that reflects the Sky Pirate storyline in this post-game area. I forgot about that. There is a point where that comes up. Yo, look at you trying stuff.
Muted my mic specs. on
You
stream.
you did not mute your mic.
I did on stream.
Oh, I
So
can
you
still hear you.
so you just randomly went, "Good, look at you doing stuff."
Oh, no, I can still hear you fine.
I know you could.
But if your stream chat can also hear me. No, I'm looking through post-game Shadowbringers.
Some good stuff.
Quest cutscenes. I didn't realize how many quests had reflect quest progression because I do all the side quests, but I didn't realize how many of them have like points that touch on events that happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's one in the first half of the Shadowbringers post-game that will reflect doing a particular side quest during Heavensward. It doesn't say which one it is, but I recognize which one it is because of one of the quest sequences it tells you happened during the quest where that cutscene happens.
Should I have done it, or have I already done it?
It doesn't change the outcome of the quest. It'll change text during the quest.
And I usually like it happens.
Yeah, this game does a lot of that. And
Yes,
a
I
lot of it
noticed.
happens during Shadowbringers. So like if you do side quests, those do get remembered. People remember that.
Well, at least did a good amount of the blue ones. I think those are the
Yeah,
ones that matter the
this,
most.
this is like the blue ones are just ones that'll unlock
I know.
things like Aether Currents and dungeons, but like these are like just gold quests.
Damn, there's so many of those. But no, that's
Yep.
good. That's good that they do that. It made Heavens, as a Dragoon main, it made Heavensward feel a lot more special.
There's a lot. If you do Dragoon, there's a lot of them that change text because of how Estinian refers to you during Heavensward.
We were bros, man. Bros that fought each other at the end of the Dragoon questline,
Yep.
but that doesn't matter.
Into a necklace for me, his partner in crime.
It makes the ending to Heavensward, you fight Nidhogg, very Duel of the Fates.
Filled my
Yeah.
heart with pride.
You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you. Ah!
His name was Artbert.
His name was Ardbert, and he was my friend. Aw. Said Okaiba.
Artbert, thou sayest. Everyone blamed him for the flood.
I think this one has to do with the Omega
Some
raids.
few spoke up for them.
If you finished those, there is different text that happens in this particular quest.
Well, I did do those.
Went by, their voices were drowned
Had
out.
Then
fun
there's
doing
one
them.
that shows up in post-game that there's reference to the floating city of Nim that'll happen during that chain. So if you had done...
So I left behind.
No, this is if you've done the Scholar quest chain.
Oh shit.
To this place.
Yeah, that's if you had done Scholar stuff.
Was a trusting
This has different text to it. It's not the Sky Pirates.
drawn into the troubles of others. Yet, in spite of this, he never thought twice.
This one
when he saw someone in need.
is... Okay, this one has to do if you've done side missions in Azus Law.
No different then. The world needed
I'm not gonna say
heroes,
which one there, but there are quests there that impact
and yet
this
Fuck, I
question.
did none of those.
Like I said, this
he was
is
a good man.
it's the difference of like you can still go back and rewatch these cutscenes in the Never-Ending Story
At least.
in any of the inn rooms.
Would they
So you
change
can always
if
go
I
back
did?
and-
Would they change if I did the side quests?
You can toggle it to then it'll once you've done the side quests that make the request progression reflection, you can go in there and toggle the quest progression on and watch the cutscene with that quest progression reflected.
That's cool.
Oh, this also has different text if you've done coils.
When we Amaro were created, we were granted.
That's the other half of that.
ability
So there's
to
side
perceive
quests
souls.
for Azuslaw and the
Thus,
coil
we
story.
recognize our masters. That ability has long since faded from our kind. But due perhaps to my reversion, I can see your soul. Faintly, but surely.
Didn't
It is
expect such
reminiscent of Ardbert.
sophisticated and like
Strikingly
sweet
so.
words to you coming out of a camel bird.
Of course, you are you and no one else. We are defined not by the soul we are born with, but the path we walk.
Oh, you've done all the Warring Triad, right?
Yes.
I cannot
Okay,
help
good.
but
Because that
feel
if you ever do level
it's
1 of
more
each
than
role
mere
and do all of the role
coincidence.
quests, having done that
Which is why
will
I
change your
place my
appreciation for how
faith
that chain
in you.
continues.
The
Yeah, how
relic
you did the thing where you gotta go hunt down was it Rinda Ray? I think it showed you because you have the damage one.
Yeah, the
Right?
archer.
If you do all 4 of those quests to do all of them, there's another 5th quest at the end
Guessing for
that has
Ardbert.
a whole. I'm not gonna say what it's about, but it has tie-ins that I'm suspecting with what storyline that takes.
Terrible trouble!
That does similar things that the Relic quest does.
Mhm.
That plays into another storyline that I'm
Something happened
expecting to
leader
have
on.
show up, tied into something
Together the
with
twins, we were playing
next
tricks on some
expansion.
nasty mortals to stop them from setting foot in Ilmeg.
And it's interesting that it's
But
hidden
first they ran off
behind
screaming, which was
doing the
lots of
role
fun.
quest for each of the different roles in the game.
Yeah,
But then
I'm
the
trying.
spirit
I have.
Because it's pretty substantial what it shows off, and I'm just like,
None of our tricks seemed to work.
I've been waiting for them to touch on that since A Realm Reborn.
Getting closer and closer.
Ranjit. If he manages to
Yeah, I
find
need
his way
to.
in, all our
I
efforts
should
will
be able to get
fail.
my healer role
Thou
quest
sayest.
before
Should we be
the end of
discovered, our
Shadowbringers. I'm
mission
just
here
not
is
sure about the
complete,
tank
and
and
the
the.
Light Warden yet
I've even
I
grabbed
leveled
Red Mage.
Gunbreaker because honestly, I leveled Gunbreaker because of the interest in the class, but more just because it was the tank that would start the closest to max level,
Yeah.
so I could do the other role quest.
need-
But
yeah, I
I
need- I
legitimately
need
ended
that
up I ended up legitimately really liking Gunbreaker.
Yeah, I'm
I
liking
always
Gunbreaker.
I always had Scholar, so I always had a healer to do it with. I always have Summoner so I always had a ranged DPS to do it with, and I had Samurai and Ninja, so I always had the melee one. But I didn't have a tank, so Gunbreaker ended up being the tank I went with.
Mhm.
Our plan may still be deemed a success.
Man, Arantxa, you looking pretty sexy.
So the moment the lights go out, we all be
This is like one of the situations where, like, I hope everyone changes their outfits to the outfits they're wearing
Let me
now
come
if they
with
come
you.
back to the real
I
world,
have
to
the
our
blessing
world.
too.
you can go back and watch all the Hildebrand
No,
quests.
Metallia. You'll only get underfoot.
That we may fight like men and ladies, and men who dress like ladies. I loved when you were going through the Stormblood one, and the second that line showed up, you went,
Hold on a minute.
wait a minute, hold up. And Yojimbo rolls in, he comes back up, and it was Greg the whole time!
I'm...
Dude, I lost it. It was the greatest. I was so happy for you to get a genuine reaction to that reveal. The fact that people go into that and like don't give it away. It's so good that there's genuine reactions to wait. Jim was actually Greg.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see Lunar's reaction to that.
What I absolutely love is the fact that if you do the Hildebrand chain for A Realm Reborn, when you see the monetarists through the rest of the story, Godbert doesn't hide his identity, but if you don't do that chain, he's wearing like the full cloak, hide your face robe. It intentionally changes all of that dialogue if you do the Hildebrand chain. He does not show up as Godbert Manderville if you don't do that set like that. Because that's where they reveal who that character is. And I love that if you had done the side quest during Camp Bronze Lake, I think it's a side quest, it might be main story, where you give the weird gentleman guy a massage to get him to leave. He will refer to you during the Hildebrand chain as he or she of strong yet supple fingers. Because he will remember that it was you that helped him out then.
Yeah.
Like,
Alright.
I love that little silliness.
Time to get into a trial. Time, baby. We're fighting Titania.
Titania?
Titania.
That fight is really fun on the endgame version of it, instead of the story mode one you're about to do. Like, it's good on story mode. That fight's really, really fun at endgame. I think it's whatever the name of the place is, Extreme.
Yeah.
Because they're all just called Extreme. But that fight's really fun. I really like that one.
I will say, they definitely did a good job of turning day into night in Shadowbringers look really pretty. And making it like... They did a really good job visually of making you feel like you just did something really awesome.
So good when you finish it, like, oh great, this place doesn't visually hurt to look at anymore.
My eyes!
Because it's not just daytime, it's advanced daytime.
This isn't advanced light. This isn't lightness. This is advanced lightness.
Forgot there's 9 at the very end of Shadowbringers.
9 what?
Cutscenes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I'm gonna go through I need to refresh myself on how the story ended because I don't remember the finer details.
Yeah, we're getting up on Endwalker.
And it would be good to go back and refresh myself on it.
Honestly, it's looking like Endwalker's gonna be just about as good as Shadowbringers.
Don't look at the stream though, because there's important things.
Oh,
happening
I'm
there.
not. I'm on OBS on
Yeah.
my screen. I would never.
God, I remember. I forgot what the first part of this was when this ending part all kicks off. And
I almost got.
remember it.
I almost got spoiled through like recommended videos, where it
Yeah,
showed. where
YouTube can do that because YouTube doesn't know any better.
Where it said 5.3 spoilers. So and it showed like it showed Alice on the floor. At least that's what I thought I saw. But I looked away as soon as I could, and then turned off recommended videos.
Happy birthday to the crowd.
So now my feed is just completely empty. If I need to watch a video, I look it up.
Right. Like I said, all the cutscenes you can watch in game though, so you don't have to look any of them up. God, I really want to know how this story resolves itself. Fuck.
A specific storyline
A specific storyline that gets
that leads
not
into
a
Endwalker.
tie-off. Not so much leads into Endwalker, but it's continuation. And oh, it's a heartstring situation, dude.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get to see the end of it in Endwalker, and I hope we get
I
the next
yeah.
part of the Hildebrand quest line in Endwalker as well. Maybe they'll give us like a double gift and give us both the Shadowbringers and the Endwalker parts of Hildebrand.
Maybe. I think I know how they're gonna tie in Hildebrand with how it ends in Stormblood and why we didn't see it in Endwalker. With things I know about.
I think we didn't see in
things that
Shadowbringers
potentially-
specifically. I think COVID fucked a lot of things up.
That might be why, but the way they did it, it'll still work for how Endwalker's playing and what Endwalker's thematically playing into.
Oh yeah, they usually
So-
find a pretty good way.
It'll work. We won't need the Shadowbringers one because it'll just play into Endwalker.
Yeah. I'm gonna gonna have Hildebrand on the moon.
Yeah, dude, I forgot this. The very last patch for finishing Shadowbringers. If you thought A Realm Reborn's ending pulled no punches, if you thought Heaven's Word pulled no punches,
I've only just started
You thought
Shadowbringers and it's
Storm-
already punched me in the throat.
oh no, dude. It ends crushing your neck into the dirt and watching you asphyxiate.
Oh great.
Oh, it's... Fuck. Fuck. It's just repeated gut punches.
Oh, there you go. Titania. Titties.
Titania. Titties.
Titties.
Titty woman.
Titty.
I like how the Fae are only referred to as theys, and they keep that throughout the entire thing of
Yes.
everything that involves the Fae.
Are
They
you-
never
are you a
refer to
man or you're a
themselves with
woman?
a gender
Yes.
choice. Well, they aren't. That's the thing. They don't.
Yeah, so they would say both and neither. Because they're tricksters. Who goes there? Are you the one who broke the seal? Yes, that was me. Awesome, right? I'm really
Yeah,
cool.
I did that.
I'm very cool. I'm very rad.
Dude, this scene's too heavy, dude.
Ah, so much time lost, so much frolicking and feasting left undone.
Dude, the first time this shows up, oh my god. I'm really excited to see your response to this,
We
because I
must make
fucking
up
was a
for it.
mess.
We must begin. We must beginning by playing with you.
We must needs begin.
We must needs pray return to the wicking sands.
Have you noticed that on the push notification for my stream going live yet?
Has it? Have you been saying that?
My push notification when I go live, if you get it on mobile, it'll say on there, "Prey returns to the Waking Sands." No, that's the thing I've been interested to see, is I don't know how much of like a big emotional response you get that you physically see. Like the most I've seen is during the big transformation reveal at the start of Shadowbringers there when it was Alize.
Yeah, that was
Like,
rough.
I get like the full-blown like, dude, holy shit. Like, I get like a full like visual emotional response to stuff in this game, and it's just like some of these scenes I get like all like, dude, no way. Like that's a genuine reaction. It's not even like those aren't like, oh, I'm doing it for the stream. Like that's a genuine like how I'd react if I wasn't streaming.
I would say I'm not exactly like reactor YouTuber tier, but I think my reactions are pretty fine.
Yeah, I get very exuberant, and I was curious to see if like you get that way. And like the furthest I've seen you get that way was during that scene where you were like, at least very wide-eyed, like, is this like really where we're going? Holy shit. God, this scene is fucking... It's so good, though. It's so good.
Music kind of reminds me of Katamari Damacy. Midsummer's Night Dream. Ah, that's cute. It's a Shakespearean reference. Ooh. Oh no, I'm stuck in the roots. And I'm dead.
God, I forgot how heavy these cutscenes are. There's 9 of them, by the way. It's one of those situations of like when you get to the end of Shadowbringers, make sure you have like a good time to like get through the whole thing. It's one of those like it'll tell you. I don't know if it'll tell you to set aside time for it because they're not played in sequence, but they're all very long.
They usually do it even if that happens.
Well, no, it's over the course of the whole quest. There's the whole quest to the end of it. I think only the very last cutscene will tell you that it's very long.
Alright.
But set aside.
I'll be sure to
set
stream
aside,
all
like,
of it.
Yeah, set aside like all in one sitting kind of thing. Don't put it off and break it up. Like it's a be prepared. Like when you get close, you'll know when you're getting close to the end, and it's one of those like.
How close to the end is it?
Oh, this is the end. Is where I'm.
Then yeah, I'd probably save that and do everything I need to do, and then get to finishing it.
Yeah, that's one of those you want to make sure you got an afternoon set aside that this is all you're going to be doing. It's lengthy. It's got girth.
It's got strength.
Yep. Fuck, now I'm having flashbacks to the part that I didn't like about it. Like it was a cool part, but I didn't care for it. It's just a design choice on it is why I didn't like it.
Like how it looks?
The way that you interact with it, I didn't like.
Okay.
It's one of those, it's not bad, it's a game system I'm not a fan of.
I find it very funny how she has like voice acted lines here, but not in the introduction to her. Oh god.
Oh, with Titania?
Yeah. Titties.
Yeah, it is a little awkward.
Those are some.
Did you want me to do that with you? Because I could have jumped in there.
I got Fidelis.
Oh, I see how it is. You placed me with Fidelis.
Yep.
Betrayed by your own homies. No, I know Fidelis really wanted to do that one, so I'll let her go and take my place. It's nice to be able to see these cutscenes though with the armor I actually wanted to have when I was doing this, but didn't put the time into it at the time.
What armor is that?
The stuff I've been farming from PvP. Well, the one I'm wearing is the Gunbreaker set, because that's the tanking set that I have. I like playing Gunbreaker a lot now. The one I really want is the healing set. I really want the healing set because it fits Scholar so well thematically.
Did someone just use the LB on one of the ads?
I think you do that in that fight. I think you want that ad dead as soon as possible, so that's when you use it.
And no one's stacked on that person but me. So I am dead.
Rip. You might also have a bunch of new people.
Kinda hard to tell.
Watch me fucking forget to turn off autoplay cutscenes later. The only thing that's bad about the Neverending Journey is that the cutscene menu doesn't tell you what point in the quest the cutscene is. It just has it listed as cutscene 1, cutscene 2, cutscene 3. Like, it doesn't change the header image or anything to explain what part of the story you're at. You know what would be really cool that they've never done? If they would add the Onyx and Opal carbuncles that Alphino uses throughout the story.
That'd be cool.
They did end up adding the ruby one at a certain point. As a summoner, you can change how the Eggies look
Yeah.
with a command, and you can adjust them to be either the carbuncle or the Eggies in various different colors. The thing with that is, though, is they never added extra colors to that. They were going to add other Eggy forms to it, but then it kind of came to the point where then they did that in Stormblood, but then it kind of came down to they never really figured out what they wanted to do with Summoner because they were never sold on the whole pet class idea.
But now that they have a
now they
clear
have an
vision.
identity. Yeah, they have an identity to it, so maybe we'll see adjustments to how abilities look.
Is the Carbuncle still there for a new summoner?
Yeah, the Carbuncle stays as an actual thing. New Summoner Carbuncle is the only thing it is. The Carbuncle swaps out with the 3 Eggies in their smaller forms, and then get full out replaced with them swapping out with Bahamut Phoenix later on. Which I didn't catch this until I was watching Bellular go over having done coils, because he actually went back and did it before he went to Heaven's Ward. Because his community kept pushing him to go do it just for the story.
That's
you don't have to do it at the whole min eye level thing, but do it because the story's important. I realized why Summoner got Phoenix in Shadowbringers content as their upgraded abilities.
Why?
Going through 70 to 80. One of the things Louisoix says at the end of the Phoenix fight, before you go to fight Bahamut, is about how that he became fused with the Primal, that should the twins ever need him, they can always call on his essence. And it's about being able to call on the essence of where the Primal fell, can bring them back to when you need them most, and that's why the Summoner can use Phoenix's abilities.
And then Alpino switched over to Sage. Thanks.
And Alizé became Red Mage. But no, that's why Summoner gets it, and that's why I liked playing Summoner through Realm Reborn, was because Realm Reborn was kind of the Summoner. It establishes the icons, and as you're going through it, like, you don't get Titan Eggy until you beat Titan. You don't get Ifrit Eggy until you beat Ifrit. Like, you can't do the quest to get that done unless that story mission is finished.
Oh yeah, so
Like, you couldn't use the Primal's essence until you fought the Primal, so it kind of made sense to be Summoner.
yeah.
And now it makes a lot of sense because I did those quests as Summoner, and now it's like, I put it together and went, holy shit, that's why we can summon, why it's, you go through the Bahamut chain, and then following that is the Phoenix chain, because that's continuationally how it would work. And I was
So-
just like, holy shit!
When they take away abilities, what do they do with the quests that give those abilities? Like, does it just give you nothing now?
The quests are still there, it just doesn't give the ability as a reward.
And what do the people say?
Or a different ability goes into it. They've actually tweaked some of the text of what ability it gives you.
Okay, that's good.
But some of the text still functions as like you'll understand more. They've made sure if it gives an ability as a reward, but the ability's been removed, they'll usually tool in the new ability into that quest. And it's usually pretty seamless that it doesn't change. They'll just change some of the text. So like, I want to say Bane would be going away because you don't have dots anymore. So that quest will probably get retooled for Arcanist that gives you Bane to give you a different ability. And they'll just rework some of the text. There's no voice acting, so they don't have to worry about redoing voice work to it.
Yeah.
So they'll just probably go in and change the text to, oh, that you're getting this ability now instead of Bane, because Bane isn't a thing anymore. So there'll be some retooling they have to do to it, which is why the Summoner's change isn't happening mid-expansion, of course.
Let's bring night back. I am here to bring the darkness. Hence the term Shadowbringer. I'll suck it all in like a sponge.
You can even go back and watch all the gold side quest stuff.
Also, one thing, Lunar accidentally saw a small piece of the Shadowbringers trailer because the opening, the main menu, just shows it for you automatically. And one thing he noticed is, like, you're fighting the Warrior of Light in that. And I didn't notice that. Because I didn't remember what the Warrior of Light looked like.
Oh, Johnny Final Fantasy?
No, the creature that you're the thing that you're fighting, the one with wings and like sword. Like, he called that.
Oh, with the guy that looks like the main character from Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Oh, you know that armor exists in the game, right?
Of specifically that Sin Eater.
Well, it existed long before it was a Sin Eater.
I know. I'm
that-
saying,
that-
the one
that-
that Sin Eater was wearing.
Yeah, that armor comes from that's the tank armor set from Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Labyrinth of the Ancients and the Crystal Tower raids.
I just found that touch to be cool. That some of the Sin Eaters look like the Warrior of Light.
The time
Yep.
has come for these relics to serve their true purpose.
There's a couple of them that show up that if you're paying enough attention during the quests, you know where this Sin Eater came from.
Upon the new king.
Beowulf, are
I
you
like
going
that.
to be the new king? Or queen? Whatever you want to be.
The true queen. You're the queen. They're the queen.
So like fairies are like asexual, right?
Yes, they don't have a sex.
They just happen.
Fairies exist because they are the lost souls of children. In actual Irish lore, and that carries over in the lore of fairies in this game.
I really like that.
They are the lost souls of children, which is why they're so playful and are pranksters and stuff.
Now I haven't
inherently are children.
I haven't been to every area in the game. This might be my favorite area in Shadowbringers.
I really like Ilmeg, honestly.
Ilmeg is really cool. I like the lore. I like how it looks.
I like and hate areas, but that means I still like them.
Yeah.
Because I hate them and I hate being there because of the context of story that takes place around them, and that they are awful places to be, but I love them for that. Like, I love being able to hate those areas.
Oh, the next cutscene
like,
after I leave the
weird,
castle
but
is
it
one of Fidelis' favorites. Go on, king, or queen, or whatever you want to be.
I forgot these are the old voices!
Wait, what?
I'm watching the fucking turn 12 coil cutscenes, and I forgot that Alphino and Alize have their old voices, and I was like, why do they sound ridiculous?
Does Alice really sound that much different?
Oh my god, it's night and day.
I know Alpino, obviously.
Night and fucking day.
I guess I just didn't hear Alice all that much, so to switch over to,
Yeah, her voice work in Coils is night and day to her new voice work does
then you get right into Heaven's
so much
Ward.
better direction.
Alphino kicks you in the throat.
Yeah, Alphino's balls drop and he gets, depth of voice work
He
instead of
quits
just reading
Reddit.
and he quits Reddit and stops just reading the lines on the text. And Alize doesn't sound like she's 10, she sounds like she's 15.
She sounds much older, actually.
Confound it. How did
Now, Louis's voice acting was on point.
Oh yeah, Louis Wall's good.
He sounds menacing and it was great. Like, doing these at the end of Heaven's Ward, I felt really bad I didn't get to raid during in Realm Reborn. But I wouldn't have been able to. I would have never been able to see these cutscenes when I was going through the story. Because this content was like hard.
Damn these pixies and their tricks.
Listen well. We come
Damn
into pursuit of
pixies.
villains
Damn
of
tricks.
Can't wait to kick
Damn
Ranjit's
tricksy
ass.
pixies.
Can't wait to kick
Dude,
his ass.
Ranjit though. It's Ranjit.
and answer me.
Is that supposed to be like an old Final Fantasy thing?
No, I just like his name because his name is Ranjit.
Ah.
Now the reason I love Louis Soir is because the way he's got the menace to his voice that they gave the Lich King back in Wrath.
Yeah.
He has like that same level of menace to him when he speaks.
But then
everything
he becomes
has
nice, and he speaks very nice.
Yep.
So
But when
kinda...
before you beat him, it's so good.
Stop squeezing the fairy.
Minfilia. Willful child.
I love the context this quest chain gives too, because you start to understand, and you get more of it during Azys Law when you meet Tiamat in Heaven's Ward. But I love that you get so much more context to Heaven's Ward and the understanding of the Dragon's Song War, especially as you start to get through the later parts of it after the post game, and you really start to see like, oh, the dragons.
Show your shame, gal.
Dragons aren't actually that much in the wrong.
I just want to take one of the earrings Ranjit has and just wrench it.
Just wrench it? God damn. Such fucking...
I mean, he's not a good person.
To be fair, he's just following orders.
Yeah, that's what the soldiers said during the Gutenberg trials. Whatever they're called.
Who are you to dictate her purpose? To lock her away and deny her a life?
I'm not going to start a morality debate,
If she was
but
powerless, it's
that
because
is
of you.
what they said.
He squeezed a fairy, and that's not very nice.
But no longer.
No, that is not very nice. Ranjit believes in one thing. Strength.
Oh god, why are his eyes the least pixelated out of every character I've seen in this game?
I have no idea. I was waiting for you to notice it for whatever reason. He has the least detailed eyes in the game.
Look.
No, I
Man's
mean,
literally
they
soulless.
have more pixels than the other eyes do.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Because in the eyes of the other characters, you can see the squares.
Not him.
Not him. That freaks me out.
Hey, this man can see things. He's got the ultimate Sharingan.
What are our orders? What do we do?
All these fucking Umorian soldiers are bitches.
Subdue this rabble.
Except for Ranjit, and it's hilarious. What? It's nighttime. What do we do?
Take the villains captive.
Sir. Fucking Marth looking ass.
Are you deaf? I said.
Oh shit.
What's happening?
Boy, you better get out of there. You better get out of there.
I love when you understand this story. You understand that what Louis Sois is saying isn't Louis Sois saying this. It's Bahamut saying this. That's the best part.
Oh yeah, all the fairies working together.
Yep.
Fuck with them.
Get him.
Yeah.
Grab his dick and twist it.
Little dick twist.
What's the matter with you?
Turning them into
Dude,
like.
that man's a shrub now. Holy shit.
That's actually
that man
horrifying.
is dead.
That's actually horrifying. All fairy stories horrify me a lot.
What the fuck is that?
Why do they have red eyes?
Dude, the Amaro are fucking pissed.
General, they come in greater numbers. We must retreat. All who stand with a warrior of darkness shall face justice. My master demands it.
Oh yeah, I knew there was something fucked up with the shrubs. I knew it. Like there's something wrong going on here.
Yeah, I caught onto it like right away, and I immediately was I don't want to be an Ilmega anymore.
What helped like further my thinking on that along was that video of the attorney at law, but in Final Fantasy XIV, and it showed that specific shrubbery and said minor genocide. It's like, oh, there's something here.
Oh yeah, there is.
Hey, yo, Fairy, your tits looking pretty good today. You know, that fairy's looking pretty submissive and breedable.
Well, you're the sapling after all, remember?
I am the sapling.
You're the submissive and breedable one.
I am the submissive and
volunteered to become king in your stead for all our sakes.
Yo, Feoul could peg the shit out of
We
me
are
though.
grateful for your
Real
timely
shit.
aid, Feoul, or should I say, your majesty.
It was the first night in recent memory. We all of us.
Feoul took one look at you when you arrived in the first and went, peggable.
I can fix her.
That's something you must remember about us Fey folk.
That was
Though
great.
our existence may be
Also
eternal,
horrifying,
we
but
exist
great.
only for the present. We live in the here
I like
and
that the
now,
least
paying no mind
violent
to
of them
futures that may or may
just
not
played
be.
with them in the air.
Yep.
To wit, we are
The least
not
violent
even
of
as
them.
men are. We cannot
Grant,
Yes.
remember, they're
suffer
children. They don't
causes.
understand that that kills people. They have no concept of that morality.
No, I mean, like, the one... I keep forgetting their names. The Nomu, or whatever.
Unless the mood
Fucking-
Oh, yeah.
Making them fly in the air and all that.
Well, then,
Yep.
That's what I meant.
matter. To take back as much as is taken. To create.
Just
as
realized how
much as
long
is
the first
destroyed.
cutscene
To give
of
as much as
Coils
is received.
Coils 12 actually is.
Such is the
Numo,
way
that's
of
right.
Meg.
And they, one thing I would like about, I do like about Shadowbringers a lot, is that they have you play a good enough length in this area that once it turns to nighttime, it becomes extremely uncanny. And it's like, this is weird. This isn't right, but it is right.
I feel like at night you can more notice
The beauty.
just how both the beauty and how menacing the Fae actually are.
Yeah.
You understand just how dangerous they can be because you start to notice the details of things a lot better at night.
Nothing's more dangerous than a child who doesn't know how powerful they are.
I love that they put in brackets what she's saying in Gaelic,
Yeah.
or well, what they're saying in Gaelic.
Alright, see y'all later, guys. Bye. Can't wait to see your post-game story. And see what's going on over here. Probably something fucked up. Always seems to be.
I just turned more people into shrubberies. Don't worry about it.
I might have to tell them to stop doing that.
They needed a couple more topiaries.
Near for a moment did I doubt that thou wouldst triumph over thy foe, yet the majesty of thine achievement delighteth me nonetheless. Thanks, Arianja. Night hath returned to Ilmeg, and we stand one step closer to delivering the first from its doom and averting the 8th umbral calamity. 'Tis but a pity thou wert not present to see the Fey folk put the Umorians to flight. 'Twas a sight to raise the spirits, I do assure thee. But what viable allies they might prove, were the mood only to take them.
So I have a question for you, Freelance.
Yes.
The 8th umbral calamity that Urianger saw that he told you about in the cutscene was effectively the use of Black Rose.
Yeah.
So you're all working together here in the first to help this world to prevent the calamity.
And somehow the use of Black Rose will make these two worlds collide in some way.
But you doing stuff here, everyone is convinced will stop the Garleans from using Black Rose somehow.
Yeah.
You can see where my concern was at this point in the story, right?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
But I'm sure, like, use of Black Rose will have... what we're doing here has to have some effect. The writer... Because, like, I would say that'd be like, oh, so we just did all this for nothing.
I'm gonna let you figure it out.
Is Quill okay over there? I just heard him going, no! Only because of your blessing, you have a strength all your own, and it has seen us through many a trial. With the warden defeated, I believe our work here is done. It is time we were going. Together, needless to say. The bitter end, the fate of our two worlds being at stake and all that. Now then, I suggest we hurry back to the Crystarium. Much and more may have happened while we were frolicking with the Fey folk. That Ranji elected to pursue us makes me hopeful the city was spared Humor's attentions, but I would sooner see for myself.
Apparently Max stole Quill's food when he went to the bathroom.
Ah! I believe I speak for all of us when I say that I've had a belly full of Omeg. Let us away before the fairies think to play with us again. I always love, like, it's not even in the cutscene, but when you're just talking with someone and you see one of the characters in the background just, like, shrug or something.
Right. But yeah, that little tidbit there, that was the point where I realized that, and none of it is with, like, details that you don't know yet. That's all with context of the story.
Yeah.
At the point we're at. There'll be a turning point in the story you'll get to way later on that I want to revisit this particular question again.
Okay.
Just for the sake of...
You're hinting at some stuff, my dude.
I'm hinting at I want to speak to you about how story progression happens later. Because, I mean, you know we survive, because Endwalker happens.
We could
I
be
mean,
ghosts.
how could there be another... We're gonna all be ghosts. Yep. Next expansion, we're
Ghost
all
fighting.
ghosts.
Halfway through explaining how Black Rose and the Calamity are similar and different, then I realized the part of my explanation I don't think has been talked about yet, so we can talk about it again later once you're further along. Yeah.
You're
There
more
you go.
plainly more concerned with finding us. How
Because
flattering.
Fidelis also knows things
Everyone,
I know.
hold off on your explaining of stuff. We
Listen,
will get to
all
that
I want
point.
to do, I just wanted to propose that question to see if you caught the same detail that
There
I
he
caught
is.
at this point. The homie.
Well, not a homie, but he's an evil person.
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to
Emmett
complete
Daddy.
the task myself.
Foxy Grandpa, as I like to call him.
God, he is a foxy grandpa. I
Totally
just
is,
call
dude.
him Pro Jared.
This man's the hottest grandpa in all of the realms.
Okay, after this cutscene, I'll be ending.
For one to study the annals of Garlean history.
Your train of thought is partway there, but also not really correct, but I can't explain why until you get more info.
Its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst.
You're
That's
partway
where
there,
it's
but
been
you're
left
also
the
wrong.
explanation.
So don't think about it.
I'd rather let myself
I am
figure things out.
Solus Scalvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire. And
Like I said, all I asked was the question I thought of myself. I want to see what you think way later on.
As for my true
Right now,
identity,
worry about Emmett Selk, who you apparently are... Does he not reveal his name as Emmett Selk until later? I didn't realize
It's
that.
only now.
I
Oh.
am Emmett Selk.
I never knew he just referred to himself as Solus the whole time. I never noticed
Giles
that.
spoke of you, a native of the source.
The sauce. Tasty sauce.
The sauce.
Worcester sauce. Yes, the sauce.
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a
He's such a
more
good fucking
affecting
character.
spectacle?
Whoa!
Oh, it is true.
Behold, the sky. What's this? A sky woefully devoid of bees?
Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining?
And as much as, like, yeah, us doing stuff here probably won't help as much over there, stopping a rejoining will probably help a lot.
Following the flood, the first had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis.
I'm gonna assume that question was rhetorical.
Yes.
Good.
Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the
I like
world
rhetorical.
back from the brink,
Rhetorical is my favorite question.
and adding his lump and weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales. If only
Because I can
by
just
a
sip my
fraction,
coffee and
yet a
laugh.
fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining.
Experience story. Don't ask questions.
Let me
Just
experience
consume.
Emmett Selk.
Continue to live in idleness under Vorthry's rule.
Afraid of getting thirsty.
All the conditions would have been met.
I will mute you.
But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters.
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and
Thancred,
walk
it's not
away?
that easy.
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone.
You sassy little bitch.
Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthry and kill you all. But that's no different from what Lahabret did. And we all know how well that ended.
Oh no, a villain that learns from the mistakes of his others.
And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach.
No?
Cooperation.
What?
I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge.
I feel like this
and
is somehow
strength.
helping you. Somehow. This is a trick.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to
I got
my heart's
Orosite.
content.
Well, he
But
probably
this
has
time I
something
thought
up his
that I
sleeve
might
against
instead
that.
try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the souls.
The
To
souls.
determine if our goals
The lamb
are truly
souls.
incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for.
You want to kill people.
When all is said
You don't
and
want to
done,
kill people.
we
What
may
you do is
find
going to kill
ourselves
people.
Pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee
I gotta go
counsel,
get that
however,
card back.
to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
This fucking wave. Alright. Ending it there. Thank you guys for watching. I might stream tomorrow. We'll see. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. I gotta go eat dinner, so I gotta be quick.